Okay, so I start. So starting again, my name is Funke Ogunjobi, as you can all see it there. And my background really is in accounting. So I am a qualified accountant. And like I said earlier, you know, that I've got my ICANN a few decades ago, and also I did my ACCA a while back in this country as well. And I've always been working in the finance sector. It's been interesting, it's been challenging, but then at some point I just felt I needed to change, and I moved to project management and kind of IT. But my role is a Scrum Master, and I would say that it's been quite interesting. It's been challenging as well. There are lots of things that you can't understand, even while you're still training to be a Scrum Master or a BA or a developer or a QE or QA, however it is that is being said in Blue Sky, because there's always something to learn, there's always something to understand better than yesterday. So it's quite interesting. I like it. It's challenging, but it makes me really learn a lot of things. So the reason why I wanted you to have this night is just so that at the end of the day, I'll need you to put down 1 or 2 comments, on my LinkedIn page. It's not something that I've actually asked for in Blue Sky before, even though I've been a mentor for a while. So I've got somewhere here to say that I volunteer within this organization. So just so that it doesn't look like, oh, is she really a mentor? So I'll need some comments around what I do in Blue Sky after this class. If you can just do that, in return for all the time and effort that I'm giving in Blue Sky. I don't think it will cost a lot. So if you can just come here and put in a comment based on this, referring or linking this into your comments, and that would actually sit within, the skills area. So if you go into my profile, you should be able to say what kind of skills you really want to comment on or endorse me on, and any other general comments that you may want to include, and that would be really, really appreciated, from you guys tonight. So that is about that. I hope that is clear with everybody. And I don't think it's a big ask as such. Can people still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we'll do that.
Please always respond so that I know that I'm not alone here.
We're muted, that's why we're told to mute.
Ah, right, okay. All right, maybe we should have some kind of freedom this night so that everybody can really talk and participate fully. Okay. So that's me, and that's my page. I can drop that later on in the chat, and so that will give you easy access to find me on LinkedIn. So that it's about that, and we move on to the topic for today, if that's okay. Right. Yes. Okay, so that's all right, fine. So cool. So let me stop sharing this one and then find the training for today. I hope everybody has got their Jira up and running, because that's going to save a lot of time tonight. Everybody on the call, have you downloaded that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's see what we have. So before we go into what, before we start using Jira itself, I would just like to run you guys through a few notes that I've got, which I think is key, so that you have a bit of a background story to what you'll be doing tonight. Where is it? Okay, so that's that one. Is that clear? Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, so we'll just be looking at a few things about Jira, because I know for most people, maybe you haven't, please, if you are not, please, can you mute yourself, please? If you are not talking, mute yourself. So we're just going to be looking at Jira, what Jira is really, and what it does, and why you really have to learn about it, because you never can tell where you're going to work and what reporting tool they would be using where, you would have your next role. So what is Jira? Jira is a tool developed by Atlassian, and it is really used for management and for project management, in an agile environment. But over the years, we have noticed that it's not just in IT or in project management and type of activities or organizations that Jira is being used. You see that even in marketing, people who do marketing, they tend to use Jira just to track their activities, what the teams are doing, how well, their clients are actually liaising with them. A lot of things that you can actually use Jira for, and it's got lots of other applications out there that you can link up with Jira, just for anything that you want to access from Jira, because it's just like a repository. It's got loads of information that you can put in Jira, and you can connect it to stuff like Power BI for those who know how to use that, or Easy BI. You can plug in a lot of other tools just so you get more robust kind of reporting from Jira. And it can be used for bug tracking. For the QAs here, you will know what that it's all about. And it's interesting really to know that even those in professional services like recruitment, they use Jira as well. And also for process control, which is quite key. And when you're talking about Jira, you have to bear in mind that you can access Jira through 2 instances. By instances, I mean, in different ways. So you have just 2 ways by which you can access Jira: the cloud and the server-based. The cloud and the server-based. So who can tell me here what it means to have something based in the cloud? Are people allowed to mute themselves now? So when we say something is cloud-based, what does that mean? When we say something is cloud-based, what does it mean?
It means it's stored in some cloud database that is not your own database. Like, it's stored outside of the in another database, basically. So that's my own understanding. And you can use it anywhere, just log in. You don't have to be tied to a particular, you can use it anywhere, basically.
Okay, good. Any other person?
Database that is off-premise.
Database that is off-premise or is off-premise.
You can use it over the internet.
The other person said that, yeah. Any other one?
Yeah, you can say that it's it's a way of storing data in an off-premises environment where you manage your data in real time from, I don't want to say cloud, but from somewhere, in a different environment where someone else managed that data for you.
And it cannot be easily be compromised.
Right, okay, cool. I think you guys are all on track. Well done. And when we say something is server-based, what does that mean?
It's tied to a particular server.
Can somebody, thank you for that. Somebody else, please. I just don't want it to be you. We've got 86 people on this call aside from me.
It can be used in just one location. So it's just tied to a particular location.
Thank you for that. Cool. So I think you guys are ready for that. So
the remote base.
Sorry?
It's a remote base.
It's remote based. Okay. Right. So you are all correct. So when we say cloud based, really, so we just mean something that you don't have control over. You've got somebody doing the service management for you. and the service maintainer sometimes. And all you just have access to really within your own organization is the data that you input into it. So the service and the management of the server itself does not rest within your organization. So it's somebody else that is looking after that for you. And when we say server-based, you bought your own server, your own application, it sits within your office premises. So you can configure it the way you want. You can put this there and that there and run it the way you want. You can design your reports. You can configure, how you want it to do A, B, and C, just so that, it's more flexible in terms of use for your organization, which is good. So you would notice that the one that I have said that you should download is a cloud-based one. And there's a limit to what you can actually configure on that. So if you want to move this around and that around, you will see that there are some restrictions placed, on some of those things that you can't really go beyond a particular level. But when you are in your organization, you've got the right to do whatever it is that you want to do. So there are no restrictions as such. And that is the difference between the two instances that you could have for Jira. And the one you have is the free one, the free version that I said you guys should download. So that's about that. And this is the installation of Jira. I sent there as well. I sent the steps out, which is also repeated on this page. And we're just going to start with Kanban tonight. I'm sure a lot of you've had Kanban before. So Kanban really is very simple and straightforward. It's very, very simple and straightforward. Anybody can use it. Primary school students can use it. So don't feel it's something really huge that you might just be thinking, oh, when you eventually get the work, you may not be able to use it. My kids can use Jira very well, because I use it to track stuff in the house. So which is what I would encourage you as well to do. My primary school son can, find his way in and out of Jira in a way, and it still works. I didn't teach them, I only just sent them the link a while back, and I told them, put all your stuff in there, your homework, when you start, when you finish, I want to be able to track it. So anybody can use it. So you just need to go a little step above your team members, go behind the scenes to understand how to set it up, how it works. When they have issues with it, you want them to be able to come to you to say, oh, I'm stuck here. That is when they see the relevance in you as a Scrum Master. Because the key is, if you're working in an agile environment, almost everybody in your organization would have gone for one agile training or the other. So they have that foreknowledge of agile. Now, the difference that you would then play is you understanding above their own knowledge and be able to point them in the right direction. So that even when you're not there and they want to do something, they're just like, oh, if I do not see my Scrum Master, or if they don't, you have to be that person that they can always come to all the time, because if they can do everything themselves, and which is really, one thing that we have to be mindful of, then I don't see your relevance in the team at the end of the day. So what Kanban does is it helps the team to be able to see the list of activities. It's just like for those who have this fridge where you stick all your things to do, on your fridge. That is exactly Kanban in a way that you're practicing. So that is where you list all the activities that you want to do, just that you now put columns to them to say, oh, this is your starting point. And when you're in progress, that is it. And when it's done, it goes to the done column or the done status. So it's just a list of activities, but making it visible so that everybody can see what exactly things are sitting. And there are ways and manners in which you asterisk or paint stuff on Jira boards when there is a blocker or an impediment. So which is quite good for you to note. So it can be virtual or physical, because some people, they don't even use Jira at all. And maybe some of you are really doing that at work. They use whiteboards. They don't use Kanban or Jira. They just go on the whiteboard. They've already put all the columns that they want, and they use sticky notes, to identify the stuff that they do. I used to have a team in the past that were using that as well. So they would have sticky note. You can say green is for things to do, yellow is for things in progress, and another color for things in done. So that anytime you see a particular color, you have that understanding that this is what, or this is the stage that that piece of work is at. And another good thing about Kanban, is it allows the team to have just a little portion of task, a time to do, so that they can actually focus and concentrate. So for example, if you're going to build an aeroplane, for example, they could say, the first thing that we want to start with is understanding requirements. We just want to know what type that we need to build, how big, how long, the seat capacity and all of that. So they can take just one small portion of, the pieces of work and just concentrate on that. And that will be the goal, on that Kanban board for that period. You could say, okay, we just want to understand the seating capacity. So the general goal will be seating capacity, and every other thing that they need to do, they will then start breaking work down into manageable pieces. For example, they could say, what kind of seat do we want? What color? How wide, how tall, the backrest and all of that. So you can see that from a very big and huge task, they've actually narrowed it down to different pieces, but now focusing on just one particular piece and then focusing on that and putting that on their board. So that helps to say, the throughput of the work as it comes in and as it goes out. So which is quite interesting. And individual tasks may have no defined start or end date. That's one thing about Kanban. For those who are used to it, you will see that most times you don't assign dates to tasks on Kanban boards because, you are not sprinting, you are not in any sprint. So everybody has an idea of when they are meant to finish it by. For example, like the seat capacity that I was talking about, if you knew from the start that it would be due in the next 1 month, so you don't have to put dates and times on your tickets. Everybody know that they need to work with that end goal. So everything is done, so quickly, just so that they can meet that target. But when you're working in sprints, when it's not a Kanban board that you're running, as you do currently, so you know that you have to put in, a bit, a time, something that you can start and finish in 2 weeks, or depending on the period that you have for your sprint. Some people do 2, some people do 3, some people do 4 weeks. And when it comes to sprint periods, and tasks are created and moved from one status to the other. So your statuses are, all the things that you have at the top, like your to-do in sprint, in test, in development, in test, in review, and then done or complete or whatever it is that you name yours. So those are statuses, the statuses that make up your workflow. And Kanban is good for teams who manage a constant flow of work and not teams working in sprints. So that is about Kanban. And creating a Kanban board is quite easy, especially in Jira. And it's one of the things that we'll be working on tonight. So I need you to get ready and you'll be doing that in a moment. So I've got a few steps here for you to create your Kanban board. So we do Kanban first and see where we get to tonight and see whether we can create a sprint board alongside that. But in the meantime, we're just going to start with a Kanban board and see how well we cope with that one. Is that okay? I think I've got some. Okay, just checking the chat to see what's been put there. Okay, so the next thing that we do now is to go to our Jira. I'm just going to go to mine. Hope it's not closed. So now how do I see where you guys are? Can everybody see mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you can.
do you have yours looking like mine for those who have actually downloaded? Have you gotten to this
Yeah.
stage yet?
Yeah.
It should
Yes.
tell you the first project and all of that. It's very important that everybody on the call, we are all on the same level, so that as we move along, you are carried along as well.
Well, I know some people are just joining for the first time. They don't have that information. If you don't mind telling them the OR so that we can still continue, but it will be good to say, okay, this is the link and can you download and they can catch up later.
Well, I've sent the link to the 2 general groups. Would they be able to get it from there?
I will share it right now. So.
Right, okay, that's fine. But so sorry, how many of those people are on this call? Those who didn't have the link initially. Are there a lot?
If you don't have the link, can you raise your hand so that we can know? Okay.
Let's see if we can just manage the next couple of minutes. So I can see 2 people here. Can see 2 people don't. Okay, like 4 people. Okay, so I think look at what they're sending you guys and see if you can quickly just go there. And I need a volunteer. So when you guys are doing what you're doing, I need a volunteer to help you out. And anybody that is going to volunteer, you are learning also. So we have Taiwo Ade Konsi, so you haven't got it, and Henry, you haven't got it, and somebody else hasn't got it. Okay, so let me see, where is the link? Sorry, let me just stop sharing for now. Let me find the link. See if I can send it through here.
Yeah, just send it to the chat.
Right, okay. So I think they will need the steps as well. Let me just copy the steps.
Yeah, the step is there as well.
All right, okay, so that makes sense. So guys, see if you can do that quickly. But I think for tonight, it would be good to have 2 devices so that you're using one to listen and the other one to just do the work. For those who can, I would say that you do. If you can have 2 devices, that would help. So I would, let me share the screen again so that I can share that with those guys here. So this is where it will bring you. So for those who are doing it just now, can you just unmute yourself and let me know as I talk you through it? So the link will bring you here.
Sorry, where do you click to bring you here?
The link was sent to the chat.
Yeah, I've clicked on the link. So I click on product.
Yeah.
So
and then you go to try now.
So the registration was not what was required.
What registration?
Well, the first link was supposed to like register and yeah, like for a conference actually. So it wasn't that was what I did. So now I have to go and do this.
I'm not sure what you saw really, sorry.
Well, that was the first link that was sent.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I think you talked about an advert that was placed on the page. that there's the conference coming up, and if interested, anyone could register.
Okay, so let's do this now. So if you need to do it again, what we're doing with these other guys, you can do. So you do try now. Have you done try now for those we're waiting for?
What I'm seeing is get it free. That's what I'm saying.
You can click on that too, please.
Okay. Then I come to Jira software. So go to next again. Okay, so I've come to that page you were showing us.
Which one?
Where you have Jira software cloud free.
Yeah.
But to open it, because I have my name already and email, then you said your site. There's nothing I put in there that it will allow me to go further.
Okay, have you done get it free?
Yes.
So who is this talking?
Please. It's under
Okay.
Godwin. Yeah, I'm using Godwin.
Okay, so do get it free.
Email. Yeah, I got it free.
Sorry, Amen. Just
Yes,
put
please.
something lowercase. No, lowercase. Whatever it is you're putting, make it lowercase.
Yes, it has to be lowercase.
It has to be lowercase. And then while you're pressing it, you'll see the button coming up and turning blue. So you'll be able to press it. So you know that you're pressing the right thing.
Sorry, can we do one at a time, please, so that we don't confuse those who are just doing it? So one at a time, please. So please just keep watching, please, so that we save time. So once you're on this page, so you select this because you will need it. You select that.
Sorry, please. Sorry to cut you, please. If I click on the try now to get to where you are at the moment?
Yes.
Because I've done that, and I'm seeing plan and track, Jira software, Jira work.
Okay, go to the top and do what's it called? Click on Jira because I've passed that stage. Go to the top, the very top here, and the menu at the top. Click products and click on Jira software.
Jira software, okay.
Okay, what can you see?
I can see move fast, stay aligned, and build better together. Get it free.
Yeah, click on get it free.
Okay, I think, okay, I'm here. I'm where you are now.
So select these two, please. Select Jira, Confluence and Jira Service Management. Yeah.
And Jira Service Management, okay.
Sorry, it's not letting us
you can't highlight two of them now.
You can only select one.
Okay, do Confluence, please. I was able to select
Confluence,
both.
I selected this Jira Service Management.
Okay, that's fine. Just
yeah, but
one.
then both of them are going anyway.
Okay, let's do next.
I do all this before.
I think it's showing a get started by, I might have to sign in or something. Sign up.
Yes, so then you have to do this. Get an email and get a site name. All in small letters. The site name must be in small letters.
Saying what email? Must it be, can I use my regular email?
With the name and last name, and then the last domain will be given to you.
I think you can just actually enter your name and it will be fine.
Yeah.
Just enter Funke, and it will be fine. It will mark it for you as a green if it's okay. Just come onto the site. Come in the box as the site and type your name.
Somebody was asking if they should use their work email. You mean for here, you can use just your normal email. It doesn't have to be work.
Okay.
Okay, I was asking for those of us that are registered already.
So your site, just put in any number, maybe your first name or your last name or your middle name. As long as it turns green, like the other person said, that means that name has not been taken. But note it because you will need it later.
Okay, I put my email and it's telling me an Atlassian account with this email already exists. So I should click login to
put a number to it.
So where are you putting, hold on, where are you putting the details? Is it work email or your site?
The work email.
So that means you registered before?
Yes, I registered before.
So then go back to the one you had before. You don't have to do it again.
Okay.
So we are doing this for the people who didn't have the link initially.
So, Miss Funke, so
I'm not asking anybody to redo if you have already done it.
So I have a question. Like I said, I did Jira management. Should I go back and do Confluence? Oh.
Don't worry, you will be able to do Confluence later, hopefully.
Okay, it's the same thing that I did actually. Then thank you.
That's okay. So for Henry and Idur, sorry, I can't say that name. Are you okay now?
You can call ID.
ID, okay, thank you. Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm trying to verify from my email. They've sent me a verification code. I think I'm good from there.
Okay, so for the next page, because I don't want to go beyond here, I've already got an account. And for the next one, it's just going to keep asking you this, they just skip till you get to where it's going to ask you what board do you want to create. You say Kanban in the meantime.
Sorry.
Or maybe you don't have to. I think I've forgotten now what it would ask you there. You can just skip and it will just create its own board for you in the meantime.
Yeah.
Just do skip.
Sorry, I've passed the stage where you are now. I'm at the place where you have what type of team do you want?
I said skip, just skip all of those.
Skip. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just skip.
What the screen there now?
So are you all okay now?
Okay, I chose the recommended one, which was Scrum and something else. Is that okay?
Yeah, if it says recommended, I think that should be it.
Okay.
Yeah, recommended a project.
So if you can do that.
So do we still skip at this point?
If it has skip, please just skip.
Okay. Add a project detail. Okay, I'll come there now.
So on your site, what do I put on your site? Sorry.
On your site here?
Yeah.
Just put in any name, maybe your first name or your last name, something that you can remember.
Okay.
Because we were saying that it's a cloud version, so it's just going to create your own cloud space for you. That's where it's going to store all your stuff.
So tell us a bit about yourself. I should just skip all those parts.
Just skip. Can you show your screen?
Me?
Yes, if you can share your screen quickly.
Okay, let me see if I can share my screen.
And I think it would be good to use yours as the example since I already have one. Am I still sharing?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So let me stop.
When I set up I selected HR before, so I hope that should not be a problem, right?
Sorry, you did what?
I selected HR for my industry or for what I needed it for. There's an option that came up if you select HR, what you wanted to use it for. I don't know if you remember.
All right. Okay. So you didn't skip there.
No, yeah, I didn't. I just
That's fine. It doesn't really matter. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So who is the guy we're going to see is screen? Is that Henry?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just do that? So let's say I can use that as an example.
Okay. Share.
Right. Okay. So what's it saying?
So I should just skip, right?
Just do skip. Just do skip for that one as well.
Skip as well. Okay.
Because if you choose anything, you're just constraining yourself there. and just say you're new to Jira, or you could as well just skip, it doesn't matter. Just say new to Jira or skip. Yeah, just skip. Yeah. So now it's asking you to add a project. You just need to, did everybody add a project from here? There's even no option to skip.
Yes, I did.
Ah, cool. Okay, that's good.
What should we put there? What should we put there?
I'm not here. I'm not here.
Just put any name.
Hello. If you're going to put any name, because it's something you're going to be using later, be careful that it's something that you can remember. You can use like a company or something, or a kind of abbreviation.
You don't have a project.
Can it be changed?
It can be changed.
It can be changed later.
Okay.
Use major.
Okay, just add something and let's go. And say next. Oh, I don't know what name you want to have. Yeah, next. So, what's this? Connect your project. So you already have Confluence Cloud, which is good. You haven't got any other tools. So connect one, just do skip here. Because you're not adding any tools at this time. Just do skip, because some of those things will make you do some other registration that you might have to pay for. Just do skip. Now, this is where we want you to be. Cool. So is ID here as well? And just say explore myself. Is everybody now on this page? This is where we want to be.
I didn't get there.
Yes.
Yes, we are all there.
Hallelujah.
No.
Praise the Lord.
No. I'm not there, please.
Hallelujah. Who is that? So the hallelujah I said was not.
I didn't get there. Invite teammates.
Okay, hold on. So how many people are not here? I can pair you up with somebody to take you on that. So who is not here?
I'm not here.
Who is this, please?
I'm not here as well. Well, my board is new.
So how many people are we waiting for, please?
I'm not. I mean,
So
I
I'm
don't
on
know
the
where.
Oh, okay, so you're waiting for me and one of them.
So what can you see on your board?
Add teammates.
I said skip. Anywhere that says skip, please skip.
This one asking me.
Just click on done. It will bring you to where we are now.
So I'm on the place of the
if you have
name.
skip as an option, just skip. The only place that you want to put something is where it's asking. Please, one person at a time, please. Please, one person at a time. The only place you need to write something is where it's asking you for the project name that you want to have.
Okay.
Just skip for the rest.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Okay.
So
can
sorry,
we
after
start?
the project name. So do I click on create?
No.
What do I do after the name has been imputed?
You already have a project name, so you just do next or whatever it says.
Or create, yeah. It's great, I would say.
Or just create or next, whatever it says. That's
And then
it.
skip 2 times after, then you're good.
Okay. Guys, let's do this quickly.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, please, I'm not there, please.
Where am I?
Where are you, Oluwadari?
Yes, it's just showing project templates for me.
Can you, okay, Henry, thank you for that. Can you take off your screen? And Oluwadari, quickly, please. Can you share your screen?
Okay, thank you.
Oluwadari.
Yes, boss.
Please, let's do that in a minute. And Henry, please, can you pull down your hand because it's still showing from past?
It's not hurrying yet.
An ID. Please, anybody, sorry, what's this? How did you get here? Can you go back?
I don't know.
Just go back.
But it asks me to create project.
Go back, just go back. I think you're already in. It's still something else that you are doing. Yeah, so you might, hold on. So you already have my first space. This is Confluence you're on. Look at that square thing at the topmost corner. That square, little squares at the top. Just, yeah, keep going up. No, on your left-hand side, where the name Confluence is.
Yeah.
Yes, click on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, you're above and above everywhere. Yeah, click on that, please.
It's not. It's just rolling now. Yeah, coming up.
And you go to Jira. Where's your Jira? Jira software. Jira software. Yeah, just go to that one. Okay, so I think, hold on. Your software development for 10 modules. You must have clicked on something else. And try it now. So that means you are just starting. Now try it now. Let's see, try it now there. What that will do. And do get started. I'm not sure. Okay, so did you use the link initially?
Yes.
Can you just open the link again? Just go back to the link. Then Godwin, your hand is up. What do you want? Can you ignore this one? And
no, give it
go back
time.
to
It's
the
loading.
link?
Just give it time. It's loading.
It's working. It's going.
It's working. Just give it time. It's loading.
It's working.
It's loading.
You get there now.
Yeah, it is almost just done.
The person that
5,
sent
4,
add
3.
Jira service management instead of software. That's the whole mix-up.
Are you sure he actually clicked the right thing in the first instance? So that's not what I want to see.
The person that sent the link said we should use Jira service management instead of software. That's where the mix-up is coming from.
Okay, and that was why I said I wanted to send it directly myself. Okay, so can you go out, please, and go back to the link that we sent? We will just keep correcting what is not, and it's better to just go to the right one. Can you go back to the link? Then Godwin, where are you?
Can I quickly ask about what does your team do? What do I click on for that?
Skip.
Skip. Thank you.
Where's that link now?
So Godwin's hand is up. Your hand is up, and Godwin.
Yes,
Have
I'm
you
trying
done
to
it or
share
not?
my screen to see where I am, if I'm okay.
No, we're still doing this Oluwadari one.
Okay.
Oluwadari, can you not? Okay, so you're doing it from Telegram.
I'm looking for the link.
Dare is on the chat, is on the Zoom chat.
Okay, that's it. You just passed it. You see why I said everybody must have it before we join this call?
Yeah, but then the information was wrong in the first place.
But I sent the other
2 links
one
were sent.
later.
2 links were sent. Information was mad.
Because I already did the first one. I thought that's why for the people that didn't do it.
Okay, can I call on somebody here to support Oluwadari quickly? Who is willing to support? Go to product.
Yeah,
Go to product at the top. No, leave that one.
Product
I can support him.
Yeah.
Go to product.
Yeah, that's it.
Jira software.
Jira.
Just quick eggs and nasty voice.
Get it free.
Nasty thing. She broke the nose nasty. Her stoats and her stuff was sad.
We've got a junior Scrum Master in the house. Select that one.
The two are not selected together.
Okay, just do Confluence for now.
Click on conclusion.
No.
No, Confluence.
Hold on. Do Confluence, please. Yes, and go to next. So put your site, whatever name that you want to have. Something, yeah, if it says green, then it's not been taken.
That means I'm having two then. Because I've got one already.
Between 60.
Okay, so what's it saying? Your site is starting up. Okay, I think that's it done. So everything you now have to do is just skip till you get to where it's going to ask you to put in your project name or the board name.
Yeah, okay.
So just skip. So your hand is up.
Yes, please.
Is that from previous?
No, recent.
Okay, so what's the issue?
Yeah, I just want to show you where I am to be sure it's right because it's.
Is it where Oluwadare is? No, Oluwadare, no, that's not a project name that we want. You don't have to put your name, just a project.
Oh.
Yeah, I've already put my name.
A board, but it doesn't matter if you have your name.
Put my name anyway.
You can put something else, maybe Blue Sky or training or learning or Jira or whatever. So is it where, has that passed where you are,
No, I've passed here, put the name, I've passed there.
You can put Damilari Limited or something. So that's it. Let's go.
Project Limited, same one, same thing, brother.
Just do next, please. Next. And skip. Skip. Skip.
Is it done?
And yeah, you don't have anything meant to invite, just do done. Okay, that's it. So everybody should be here.
Sorry,
everybody
for
should
me,
have
I
a
think
project board.
Sorry, Funke, I'm sorry. I think I chose Teams. So the thing
Sorry,
now.
you chose what?
Can I share my screen, please?
Quickly, please, in a minute. Please, let's just look at that.
Thank you.
That's okay. Just say explore by myself. Just do that. No, don't take the tour. Explore by myself, just near it at the bottom. Yeah, that's it.
Down.
Yeah. So your board, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Now I can say proper hallelujah.
Okay. Really?
Yes, and nobody's gonna bother you.
Okay, hallelujah. And we move. Okay, cool. No, somebody saying something. I don't want to hear that.
Can we move forward, please?
Please, let's move. I need to move, please. So I go back to my board. Share screen. So
can everyone mute themselves, please? Can you all mute yourself and let's just say
can't see the screen.
Let's go.
So you should have a screen like this, guys. Only if you are being asked to talk, please. Let's be mute now so that every other person can hear. So this is what you should have. Remember, I was saying that we have to create a Kanban board. And what's a Kanban board? A Kanban board is a list of activities or tasks that you want to do. And it's so focused because you've just taken a bit of work out of a big chunk that you and the team just want to focus on. So as a Scrum Master, as a BA, as a developer, as a QE or a QA, that is what everybody is going to focus on. And if you have a product owner, they have to define, with the team, the goal of that board, what it is that the team is focusing on. So you could, within the team, decide, okay, we just want to run all the tickets on this board for a month. But the thing with Kanban is you don't do any Scrum ceremonies. It's not compulsory, but some people do, so that they can just be accountable and make sure that people are very, very productive. But it is not set in stone, whatever it says or what activity that you want to do when you're running a Kanban board. But one thing is key with your Kanban board, because you still want to see updates, you want to see progress. So it's advisable for those who are willing to be Scrum Masters here, that you make sure that you still have your daily Scrum. But for Kanban, it's not really advisable that you have it every day of the week, because it's not sprint. You guys are not sprinting, so you could have it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And where your team does not work on Fridays, you can then decide how many times in the week that you want to see it. But it's not compulsory that you have it every day of the week. And depending on how big your team is, that would actually determine, how often you would want to have it. I've worked in a team where the team was quite small. They were just, I think it was the first time that I would actually have the normal Scrum team. There were 6. And they were very, very advanced in what they were doing. So they were not ones that you'd be chasing about to do their work. They knew what they needed to do. Those guys could see beyond what was on the board. So we were then having to run daily Scrum like 2 times a week. It was so perfect. I didn't have any doubt in what they were doing and delivering, so which was good. And sometimes you have some team that they are just forming. They are just forming. They have only just started. What the big task is, nobody really understands. Nobody knows, what the end result is going to look like. In that one, you have to run it more frequently, because there is always time for development. There's always time for new things to come up. You could have a set of requirements that you were given yesterday, now is changed today, because as more knowledge and more information are coming into the teams, things are changing, especially if you're working in a change environment or a risk environment, for example, things are bound to change quite quickly. And that is why, as a Scrum Master, if that's what you're willing to do, you have to make sure that you do your Scrum meetings regularly to help you and to capture all these changes as well. So this is what your board should look like. So the first thing that we want to do is to create a Kanban board. And quick to say here that, can you see here, I've got mentoring and training at the very top here. So this is a project. Whatever it is that you have on the left-hand side of your screen as the name that you've given your board, you may just be taking notes now, because this thing can be confusing. Especially I've seen people in teams where they are Scrum Masters, it's even their team members that are telling them the difference between what a project is, what a project board is, and what a team board is. You don't want that to happen to you, because you should know the difference between these two. So this is your project. And because it's your project, it means that is, when you have a structure chart, for example, where you have the manager at the top, then you have this arrow pointing downwards, you have the assistant manager, then under the assistant manager, you've got like 3 other people reporting into the assistant manager. Can you picture that, guys? Can you picture that structure chart? So the first bit there that I said is the manager, that is your project. So your project sits at the very top, and that is the way Jira is structured behind the scenes. You may not see it, but the more you use Jira, the more you know the composition of things, behind what you can see on the board. So at the very top, the very first layer there is your project. So within this project now, mine is saying, let me open that a bit. So you see, you can collapse this and extend it. So you can do that. So mine here is saying mentoring and training limited. So that is my main project. That is the organization, for example. So underneath this one, I can have smaller teams and smaller organizations or projects underneath that one. So you've got this now. So let's go to creating a Kanban board. do you have all these things on the side? Is everybody showing, yours is showing all of this up until project settings?
Yes.
It is, okay.
So mine, for the one that has to do in progress in review, mine doesn't have that in review. I have just in progress and done.
That's fine. Nobody should have this. Let me just delete that.
Okay.
So nobody should have it. So, and just looking at this board also. So you've got the roadmap on this side. So let's explain this first page. So this roadmap is a kind of it links all your issue types. So we use issue types, issue then types, issue types in Jira. So your issue types is all your tickets, your stories, your tasks, you know, and your subtasks and your sub stories. So all of those ones. So for example, if you want to know, and your epics. So if you want to know how well your team is doing or how many stories that sit under an epic, for example, if that is what you want to know, then this roadmap will give you a kind of structure to say, okay, so the very high level is maybe build a ship or something. So that is the very high level. So here you can just say, I don't want to create an epic. Okay, so that's the very high level one. And underneath that, you can just say, okay, so you can see now. So underneath that, I can say, oh, for me to build a ship, I'll need to do my, what's it now? You know, understand my requirements, you know. So you need to do that, understand your requirements there, you know. So that's one thing that you want to complete. So you put that in there. And once you've understood your requirements, you know, you need to start building, you see. And once you've started building, what you then want to see, you need to test what you've built. And once you've tested, then hand over to client or something like that, you know. So that is it. So when you come here, so what this roadmap is going to tell you is, wow, so on this big task, how many things were you able to do to complete it? Because it's rolling up into that, you see. So that's the big task there. But roadmap will show you detail by detail what you've done. So for example, you could create another one, like models here, shopping list. So different ways by which you can use Jira. So you could come here, for those who live here, go to Asda, that's your first trip. When you go out on a Saturday, then to Tesco. So I'm making it so simple so that you understand how it rolls up. And do the dishes, if that is part of what you need to do, laundry, you know. So that's it. So that when you look at this, or you could actually say, you could, so for this one, I've put it in. So if I want to edit what I've done, you can see that it's brought me here. So where is it? So that's the shopping list. So I could come here to say, I really want to add a date because I want to add for all the weekends in the month. So the next weekend is, what's the next weekend? So that is 22nd. So you could come here and say 22nd of October this year. That's the plan, you know, and so that rolls up into that. And you can create another epic to say for the next weekend what you plan to do, you know, or even for your study plan, for example, or for your certification plan. If you are reading towards the certification, you can just come here, put all of the details there, you know, so you can see how easy it is. You may just be trying the same thing as I'm doing it as well, you know, so you just want to put something there to say, okay, you know, so that's your roadmap. So it's giving you a map, you know, for the road that you are treading upon to say, okay, these are the things that you have to focus on. That is how you walk on that road, nothing else, you know, so that is how it helps you to focus on that main task that you want to do. So that is what roadmap does. And the board, when you come here, you can see that all the stuff that I've written, you know, is already showing on my Jira board, but I'm going to delete them because, you know, we will have to do something else later, but maybe not now. Is that clear?
Yes.
Was I too fast?
Sorry, Stephen K.
Can
I've
you
got a
give
question.
us a time to try it on our boards?
Please, you are too fast. Please.
Can you
Yes.
go right again from Care, please?
Okay.
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 So,
that was like Formula One, very fast.
It's a bit
I didn't mean to be fast.
Sorry, Funke.
Sorry, one person at a
want to
time,
bear
please.
in mind that this is recorded. We can always go back to it. There's not much time for Funke, actually. I'm sorry, just my suggestion, really.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
as well.
You know, I think
recorded.
you're supposed to get done and then we can try it later when watching the video, because doing what we have to like
you've got an exercise that you're going to do later. Is that okay? So everybody will be on the same page at the end of the day. You've got an exercise that you're going to run through later. So just know that it's your roadmap. So your roadmap is where you have, you know, the roll-up of all your activities. So once you see roadmap, you know, you can just click on it. It brings you to this page and it has the plus sign. So you click on the plus sign or this arrow, you know, and you can then put in your stuff. So, and you can see that it's color coded. So this one is the epic. So in Jira, epic is that huge task that you are not expected to finish all in one go. So in Jira, you know, epic is something that would last more than a sprint, more than 2 sprints, more than 4 sprints, more than 6 sprints. Every organization will have to define the period for when to complete their epics by. For example, in my organization, if you are a team that is something like Agile approved, if you are really approved as a team to use Agile and to work in an Agile environment, we have standards that we work by. So an epic is meant to be complete within 2 to 4 months. I'm sorry, no, 1 to 2 months. So in 8 weeks, you should complete an epic. So it doesn't matter whether you have 100 tasks underneath, however it is that you want to break it down. You've got 1 to 2 months. So we're looking at 8 solid weeks to complete it. So that is it. So an epic is a huge task that you can complete in one go. And you would have seen that here. If you're going to build something, it will take stages for you to complete. And if you're going to do your shopping as well, you know, except you are going to just one place that you can complete that just in just that time. But if you have a list of things to do, that's when your epic is good, so that you can see everything as you're listed and you complete them, you know, the time that you have said you want to complete them by. So the purple ones are epics and the blue ones are tasks. So task is something that can be completed on its own, that you cannot break it down to any smallest portion. So a task is something that you are meant to start and be able to complete in a sprint. It shouldn't extend beyond a sprint. So it's the smallest activity. It's the smallest activity, you know, in your line of activities. Is the smallest. You're looking for the smallest thing to do. So that is why it's good. And you would have noticed that when you're doing your sprint planning, you need to break down your work into manageable pieces, because it's quite important. So that is that one. And it's something, if you're running a sprint for 5 days, so your task should ideally complete in 5 days. If you're running your sprint in 2 weeks, your task should ideally complete in 2 weeks. And if it's going to go beyond that sprint period, you must have your very strong reasons for why you have to extend it to another time. And sometimes it happens in real life. It could be that you needed somebody to sign off on a document. You've actually completed your own bit, you know, of work. There's nothing left with you to do again. You're just waiting on somebody in another team to just approve what you've done. And they were not able to do that in the sprint, definitely, because their signature completes the work. So you will then have to carry that over to the next sprint, unfortunately. So that you can understand. And there's a place where you put your comment to say that. So if I click on this one, for example, say you were not able to do your laundry, you know, or you've done your laundry, but you just need somebody to attest to the fact that it was done properly, you know, so you could just come here. You see where it says comment. So you can just comment to say, awaiting approval. And the reason why it's being carried over to the next sprint. And then you save it, you know. So I can see awaiting approval. and then you could carry it to the next sprint, and then you save your comment there. You have to save it. And so it stays there so that when you close the sprint and somebody's just like, you're meant to have completed that last sprint, what happened? Even if you're not there, the comment section will tell them why, So that is about that. Is that okay? Did we all get that? Yeah.
Yes, okay.
For that comment section, if waiting for them to go from maybe if stakeholder, you can
that person is breaking. I can't hear them. Or you can type your question.
Sorry, Funke, what makes a task in Jira? Because I'm trying to understand what you're saying, but I can't really associate it with anything that I've known. So what makes a task? Is it like what the QAs do, or what makes a task in Scrum basically?
Anything that anybody is doing, it could be a task for the BA, it could be a task for the QA or the tester.
So you don't do user stories and features in Jira?
So you can have stories as well. You can do stories as well. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's fine. So let's move on. So now going back to the board. So because I've gone there to the roadmap to say, oh, these are the things that I want to do. So it's brought them onto the board. So it's now here. And it's something that you can actually try and work with, in your own time, just to understand how these things, how they move around in Jira. So we've done that. And what else is the app code? So this one is for those who do coding, for the really techie people. This is where they do their bit. And you need to connect to this one, but then you have to pay. Remember, you're still on the free version.
Okay. How did you get the items to move from the roadmap onto the board?
I didn't. It was automatic.
Because mine
Just click enter. Click enter.
Maybe you didn't click enter.
Yeah, no, I did.
Just tap enter on your keyboard.
It should come on. It should come on. So it's automatic. I didn't have to do anything.
Highlight it back. Highlight it back. As if you want to type, then you click enter.
Can you hear me?
Sorry, who is that?
Thank God. I've been screaming since I had my hand on. I don't have roadmap. My name is Busola. I don't have roadmap on my own board. Is there a way to reconfigure it onto my board?
So maybe you then have to start from scratch again. I'm not sure whether you had used the other one that they said you should do, but that is no big deal. You can still get your stories on the board in a different way.
Right.
So I was just trying to explain roadmap. So that's it. Don't worry, you will still be able to do stuff on the board.
Okay. Thank you.
Just a moment, please. Yeah, when I write my epic and it doesn't show, it will just go off. I've got to the board. I'm not seeing anything like that. Okay, when you type, you press on enter.
Yeah. Very correct. Yeah.
I think it's because mine is still in Scrum version, not Kanban, so it's expecting a sprint to be created is the error that I'm getting.
Okay, so you should have. Did you not choose the Kanban, or just said next thing?
I just selected the recommended one, as I said.
Okay, so that's it. So because if you don't start your sprint, you can see it on the board. Unfortunately. Okay, so let's do this and see if you can create a Kanban board. Anyway, we are going to do that now. So I'm just trying to explain the stuff on the right, on the left-hand side before we go into that. So then add shortcut here. For example, if you have a link on maybe Excel, for example, that you're using all the time for your work and you don't want to be going through the folders, to look at to open the page, you can just get the shortcut for that file and just put it here, and just click that, and you will just see that it's easier. Next time that you come to your Jira page, you can just see all the stuff that you use normally. So it's just one click that will take you to all your files instead of going through all the folders and all the documents all the time. So that's quite a useful one. And project settings here. So this is where you set up your project. So for example, if you had a name that you didn't like, you could come here to change the name to something else that you like. You can change the icon if you want to. And what else is there? Yeah, so it's not been assigned. So access, if you want to grant access to somebody else, for example, if it was a team, you've got 5 or 10 people in a team and you are the one setting up the board for the first time for the team. This is where you give them accesses to for this, and you just type the name. For example, you can just say me, but you need to put in their, you need to add their email addresses and all of that so that they can show up here. And this is where you add the roles that you want the person to be. If you just want the person to be a member of the team, which is good, or somebody that is outside your team, but they need access to your board. So you just want them to view. So this is where you do the view. And if you want somebody to be able to change the structure of your Jira, you trust them, so you can make them an administrator as yourself, so that you limit those people who can do admin work on the board to just the 2 of you. So, and only admin can add other people to the board. Notifications, this is where again, notifications normally, when you start or when you do stuff on the board. Automation, you don't really need that for now. Issue types, yeah, somebody was asking about issue types the other time. So we've got here, if you click on yours, you may have more than I do, but this is where you can add more issue types that you need. So you were talking about story the other time. It's just because it's not been added. So you do story here and you add it. It adds that for you, so you can see story. So anytime you want to create something, story will be one of the options that would come up for you, and not just the task. If you want the bug as well, you can just say, okay, that one, add it as well for the testers. So they can use to document all the bugs that they have while testing. So that is about that one. So there's no other one that you can do. So we've added all the issue types. Like I said before, where's that? Okay, issue types. So all these things. So when you hear issue types, these are the types of issues that this free version has given us. It could be more than that. There are lots of versions, issue types that you could have. Some people have objectives, some people have initiatives, some people have OKRs. You know what OKRs are, all those big objectives that you not break down into smaller objectives, and then your initiatives, you have your epics, and then from your epics, you have your story, then your story, you have your task, then your task, you have your subtask. So your subtask is the smallest one, and that's how they roll up. So your story and your task will roll up into your epic. We saw that at the roadmap the other time. And your subtask, which is also the smallest of your task. So you could have a task that you say, oh, when I go to the shop, for example, where I said, go to Asda. So you may just want to break Asda down to buy milk, buy vegetables, so you've got Asda as a task. You remember that? So you may just want to break it down into all the other stuff that you want to do when you are in Asda, so that you don't forget, so, and all of that will roll up into just that singular task at the end of the day. So that is how it works, in a normal project as well. So we leave that bit and we come to features. So all of these ones we have seen roadmap. So backlog is something that we need. So you can do that to your backlog as well, so that your backlog will start showing. So come to features here, guys. If you come to features here, you see backlog. So just tick that, give it a tick.
So how do I get to features? Because
This is features here.
It's not showing on my own. I guess you added it somehow. I can't remember how you did that.
Just go back.
Just go back.
Under project settings, right?
Yeah. Project settings.
Okay.
And you see features there.
Yeah.
And just say backlog here, turn that to green.
Yeah, I've done that.
So view, track, and manage work as it makes its way. So, okay, you can do that. So for your report, you will need reports. So yes, say yes for that one. So for this one, say yes. That is where you write your filters for what you want to see on your board. And if you're going to run sprints as well, when you have your sprint board, other than your Kanban board, you want to see your sprints. And if you have to do estimation, sizing of your stories. So you can see now, just imagine yourself just starting a new role and everybody in the team, they have no idea how to set up their Jira board. These are the things that you would come to do. Your project settings is where you would come and make sure that everything that you think the team will need and everything that they need to see, this is where you set it up. So you do all of that here and a few other things. So if you need the coders around, if you're going to be releasing your stuff, in batches, you want to see release 1, release 2, release 3, up to whenever, you come here. So releases are, you've got, like I was talking about the building of the aeroplane the other time, you could say once we finished, with the seats, we want to release that first, to the clients. So that will be your release 1. So that is done. It's now been handed over to the owners, to those people, to the people who paid for the project, the customers. So that's your release. Your first release is gone. So if you want to be seeing how many stuff that you have released to the market, this is where you tick that, so that you can always go down there to say, oh, when did we even start this project? What was the first thing that we released? The second one, the third one, it will show you all of that. And deployment is similar to that as well. If you have on call, project pages, this is what you do, all of that. But just to keep it simple for tonight, let's see what board has. Okay, so here for the board, it's saying columns and statuses, custom filters, cover images, roadmap, and all of that. So columns. So the 3 columns that we have are these ones. You have to do, in progress, and done. So if you want to add another one, you can do that. So you can add another one. Or if you want to discard any of this or rename, for example, you don't want to do, you want your to do to be something else, or start. Some people can use start. So you can rename that, but I don't want to. And if you don't want in progress, if you want it to be something else, you come here, you change it. If you don't want it to be called done, you want it to be DOD, this is where you come and alter all of those. So custom filters, I'll leave that now. So let's go back to project. This is where you go back to project at the top here, back to project. Are we all back to project now?
Yes.
Okay, so we go to the board.
Went too fast.
Sorry? Did somebody say I was a bit fast? Please let me know if I am.
No,
okay.
I
can't hear them again. So now we want to create. So please, can you tell me?
Can we see watch the recording after this?
Sorry?
So can we still watch the recording after this? That means
of course, it's all yours once you have the link.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but if you have missed anything, don't lose hope. It's still better for you to just still be attentive and carry on. Is that okay? So it's very simple. So I will just make sure that I make it so simple, and that is what I normally do because I know how.
I have a question, please. How can I delete an epic that I've created?
How can you do what?
How can I delete Epic that I've created?
How can you delete it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so do you have, if you click on the Epic,
okay. Yes.
It should open up.
Yeah, I'm seeing something on the side showing.
Yeah, on the side. See, does it say where you can delete it there?
Oh, I can see close and I can see actions. Okay, thank you. Actions, I'm seeing out of the actions, I'm seeing delete.
Okay, so I'll look at that later.
Done. Thank you.
Yeah, so you can play around with that. There must be somewhere there to delete it.
Yeah, you're right. I've done it already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Or if you come to the backlog, for example, if it's showing there for you, so you can just click on the 3 dots and delete. But let's be just systematic.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So this is backlog. Can everybody see backlog? You remember we gave it a green tick the other time, and now it's showing up here. Can everybody see their backlog now? After roadmap, if you have it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the backlog is what? That is where you have all the list of work to be done. And if you scroll up, you will see at the top, your top is 0. There's nothing there. So what that suggests is, I've got lots of things I want to do, but I've not started looking at them. So if I then want to start working properly now, as a matter of fact, if you go to the board, you will see that because you've created a backlog of work, those things, they have disappeared from your board. And that is what should happen. So because we now have a backlog, now everything has disappeared. So the reason why I've taken that
Maybe
route
it's me
is just,
because your network is cracking or something.
Oh, it's fine.
No,
for
it's
me,
fine.
It's fine.
It's absolutely fine.
It's fine.
yeah, okay, thank you. So I don't think it's from me. So the reason why I've taken you through that route is because I would like you to understand the behind the scenes working, because that's the one that can be quite tricky for somebody who is new and just learning Jira, especially when you have joined a team that is already set up before you got there. You know, they've already started using Jira, you know, many years before you are there. And somebody's now telling you, oh, Scrum Master, there's something wrong with this. I don't know what is wrong with this backlog, whatever. And you're just like, oh, how will I know what they've done? So you know that when you've not started working on anything at all your work items, all your issue types must sit in your backlog. But once you've started working, then you should see it, the space at the top of that. So for example, if you wanted to work on this one, this understand requirements that I've put here, all I just need to do is just drag and drop. Did you see?
Yes.
So I have just dragged.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
It's just dragging and dropping. So you just drag, you go to your backlog view. So this is your backlog view. So you just come there, whatever is there, you just drag and drop, and it goes in there. Drag and drop.
Okay,
drag
thank
and
you.
drop. You're welcome. So, and another way you can do it, instead of dragging and dropping, you can go to this one, for example, right click on it. Oh, that one is not giving me that one. Okay. If you right click on it, for example, why is it not giving me that option? Okay, so let's see if you have that option in the 3 dots. Aha, so the 3 dots here, it says you may want to move this to the top of backlog or to the bottom of backlog. Or because I've moved things up here, Jira is so intelligent, it has already created it as sprint 1 for me, even though I've not named it or I've not created the sprint, because it's just assumed I'm about to start a sprint. So I may change it. I may just tell Jira, no, you're wrong. That's not what I want to do. You know, so I could say, okay, instead of dragging and dropping, if dragging and dropping is not working for you, go to these 3 dots here and say, move to this, or delete it, or change parent. A parent is, who can tell me the parent of this task from the roadmap? Who is the parent of this task? What's it called? The issue type.
Leadership.
Sorry?
Leadership.
And what issue type is that?
Epic.
Yeah, that's it. It's an epic. So that's an epic. So I say, for example, I've got this one. I want it to be under my shopping list. So you can come here, for example, I can say that text, I don't want that text to be there. You know, it says change the parent. So if you click on that one, it's then going to ask you, which one do you have? I've only just got 2 epics in the meantime. So I could just move it into that one. And that is how it's going to check the parent. So, and it's good to know that epic is the mother of all these ones. And the mother of epic will not be whatever it is that the organization decides to have at the top. For example, in my company, the mother or the parent of an epic for me is an initiative. An initiative will take up to 6 months to complete. So it's bigger and larger than an epic. An epic is 1 to 2 months. Initiatives is, I think it's 4 to 6 now. Yeah, 4 to 6. And your epics quite smaller, and your stories or your tasks smaller as well. So there's that structure. So that's the Jira structure. Remember, you have to know your terminologies. It's quite key. It's called Jira structure, you know, the structure of the issue types. So you have to know that. So we leave that for now. Is that understood by everyone?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So what would you rate me there in terms of you understanding it? From 1 to 10.
10.
Sorry, what did you say is the Jira structure again,
Cool.
please?
So I'm happy to move on. Can somebody answer that question?
Please.
What is the Jira structure?
The series of activity from the mother to the least.
From the parents.
From the parents to the least tax or the smallest tax.
Is the structure of the issue types. The structure of the issue types in Jira, how they are structured. That was why I used earlier, you know, that organogram. So Jira 2 has got something like that. So your epic sits at the very top layer, and you have under your epic, you have either your tasks or your stories. And under your stories or tasks, you have subtasks, subtasks. Those are the smallest ones that you could have. And nothing else can be broken further down after the subtasks. Nothing else, there's no other thing beneath those ones.
Sorry, if I can ask, so where does the initiatives come in then?
I was just using that. That's what I use in my organization. So yeah, so I said in organizations, they differ. So they could have something called something else, you know, sitting at the top of Epic. They can name it anything. But Epic is not the highest layer in Jira. Just so you know, every organization have got other things that they do that their epics will roll up into. So, and I said it could be OKRs, you know, objectives and key results, or objectives, or something, maybe just objectives, or a 5-year plan, or a 2-year plan, or whatever. So it all depends on what the focus is. Okay, so let's leave this for now. Is that all okay? Somebody, iPhone, Alice, your hand is up.
Sorry.
Was that from before?
Yeah, it was. Let me put it down.
Okay. So now we want to create a board. So we want to create a Kanban board. Now you want to create a Kanban board from scratch yourself, and you've got one exercise that you're going to run, and everybody must be on the same page. Please, let's be attentive. And so you come here. So when you want to create a new board, so this board has been set. You knew how we go here. So you're going to watch the video again, so that will tell you better and you'll be able to see where you've missed. So for example, you're now in your new job. They need to create a new board. Oh, we've got like 6, 10 boards before, but there's a new project that just came in. we want to track that differently from the other ones. You know, we don't want to use the other boards that we have. Please, SM, create the board for us. And this is not just the role of a Scrum Master. And I tell you this, you know, based on experience, anybody in the team should be able to create a board. And that is really what makes you quite useful. Because if you are just focusing on the thing that you just want to learn, you have to put your hands into a lot of things, really. You have to not mind your business when the BAs are talking. If you are not planning to be a BA, don't mind your business when the QAs are talking. Listen to them carefully. Don't just say, I'm here to just do Scrum Master. So when the tester is talking, I don't give a damn. You have to. Because a team is meant to be cross-functional. Everybody must understand a little bit of what the other people are doing. So that when somebody comes in, you know, to say, oh, and we're expecting something from this person, what did they do? How did they, I mean, where did they live? What was the last thing they did or whatever? You are able to give some kind of reports. I've been in that situation before that I used to mind my business, but it cost me a lot. And I realized that I shouldn't be doing that. You need to mind every other thing that is going on around you and be able to at least say something about it. And everybody should be able to create a Jira board. It doesn't matter your discipline or your role. So you come here, that is create. Can you see create at the top? There are different ways of creating a board. When you see create here, oh, sorry. Cancel, sorry, not that one. Let me go back to the board. Yeah, so go back to the board, please. Everybody, go back to the board. Are you all here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, go back to the board. Cool. So if you are there, that's good. So you come here. Can you see these three dots here?
Yes, please.
You can see that.
Yeah.
So you can see what it says here. Configure board and all of that. So we leave that for now. So this one says board, and that is where you configure board. Let's leave that. So in terms of creating a board, what I've noticed is they change this Jira, this Cloud Jira every now and then. It's really changed in the last few months. A lot of things have moved around from where it used to be. So if you come here, for example, see the search box at the top. Just click on it. You are not typing in anything. No. Can you see the search box?
Yeah.
Just click on it. You should have something like this. Are we all there?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
See, before now, the last training that I did on this, it never used to be here. It was something else that we did. So we were able to create the board from here, from this side of Jira, and also somewhere here. But things are always changing and improving so quickly and fast. So you now come here to boards. Can you see boards? Click on that. So can somebody tell me here where to create a board from?
The create board. Oh.
It's just at the top right.
Exactly. Exactly. So is everybody here? Because now we are starting into it.
Yes, miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
no, I'm not there.
I don't know how you got there.
Okay, I've seen mine now.
Oh,
Mine is not in
no.
the same place.
Nobody should say, no, I'm not there. Not at all.
And Funke, so that would be for the Kanban board, right?
We don't know yet. Just do create board.
Oh.
Can we all see that? We don't know what board we want to create for now. Are we all there?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
How did you get to create board, please?
Oh, no.
Yes, we are there.
No.
Follow this text.
Because there's nothing on the left-hand side of mine that says create board. I just
Because
took
you
my
were
eyes
there.
off the second.
Go to the search box.
You click on
Yes,
search.
I'm there.
Look there.
Don't click anything. Just click inside it and you will see this thing, this board will come up. And click on boards.
Yeah. All right, I'm saying it. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, do you live in the UK?
No.
You
Yes,
must pay
I do.
£10 for taking us back.
Oh, sorry, I don't.
She's disowning everybody. Okay, so create board, are we there?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to hear no. Everybody should be here now. Create board. I click.
Yes, yes.
And you should be here.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I'm giving you
Yes.
the time. I'm giving you the time to write down if you want to write. So you click in the search box, you click boards, and it brings you here.
Yes.
That's how to create. Are we all there?
1 minute, please.
Yep.
Yes.
Where you guys going now?
Okay, go on.
I've always known this time to be like this. In my how many years in Blue Sky?
15 years.
Are you all there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
no. Hallelujah.
Yes.
So now let's start with a Kanban board, not Scrum. So let's do Kanban. Now listen, can you see there are two options? Don't be fast clicking. Oh. This one says create a Kanban board with sample data. I don't want you to have a sample data. That means it's already listed the stories and the tasks for you, a sample. But we don't want to do that because you want to learn how that is done. So you're not going to go for that. So you create a Kanban board. Is that okay? Ready to go? I click.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, can you see all this?
Yes.
I only have two options.
I have only two options.
It doesn't matter, but you can see there's something similar.
Yes.
Okay, it's because I have had other ones created. That is why it's showing me that. So once you create your Kanban board, the next time you want to create another board, you will have 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so now board created with new software projects, board from an existing project. So we want to do the first one. And there is no harm in you going back to try your hands on the other ones. See this one that says from save filter, a saved end filter. You need to write some kind of codes for that one to say project equals, for example, my project is called Mentoring and Training Limited. And give me this when I do this. So I can write the filter for it, but I haven't got that on this board. This is a training board, so we are not going to go into that for now. So now we take the first one, board created with new software project. You do that. So can we do, has everybody got the first one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do next now. Let's go calmly. Now, this is where you need to create, you see, new project with board. So the project name that I want you to give this is Blue Sky Citadel, or just do Blue Sky. Don't do all small caps. So I want it to be similar. Blue Sky Limited, like that. Like I have it on the board. So your own name will come here as the project lead, but I need your board to read the same project name as mine. I hope I haven't got one created in that before. Hope he's going to create. Have you got that?
Yes.
Can we move?
Yeah.
Cool. I hope nobody will say they didn't see it. Okay, create board now, everyone. Let's click.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3.
I don't want to hear that. Somebody said, oh no. Oh no, for what?
Oh, don't say that. Let me make it.
You didn't get that?
No, I got it, but I wrote small letter. Lowercase, please.
Don't worry. They're deserving more money tonight. £10 fine.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you can have, so you can see the Kanban board that you have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That is nice. So everybody is there. Now you can create a board yourself from scratch, which is good. So that is one tick that you can do for yourself. You can create a Kanban board, which you have done tonight. Now we have to shove in some tasks into this Kanban board. And I have sent you what I need you to put on there. I sent it to here. This one is, it's not going to allow me to send it to the other bit. So for those, how do I do this now? Is the still here?
Right click.
What do you need? Sorry.
I forwarded this to this 2020B. I need it to go in 2020A.
Okay.
I think we can put it on the general Blue Sky training anyway.
So I don't know how, because it was saying that I can't send any documents to that. It was restricted.
Yeah, we sort it out. Don't worry.
Okay. So if you have that, let's see. So this is what it looks like on here. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So now this is your exercise to do. So
Sorry,
get ready.
Sorry, I can't get that, please. Is it on Telegram?
Sorry,
I'm showing
okay,
it now on the screen.
Sorry, how did you get to this place? I missed that part, please.
How did we get where?
This file. I can't get this file, please.
It's not
You
on
mean
the
this
page.
Excel document?
Yes.
No, and somebody said they were going to share it. And for those on the Telegram group that says this one 2020B, I mean 2022B, I've sent it there.
Telegram. Okay, how will I join the Telegram? What is the
Can
ID
you
of
just
Telegram?
use your phone to can you use your phone to take a photo of this?
Okay.
If you can just take it on your phone so that it's easier.
Safunke, you can share it on the call chat as well.
Sorry?
You can share it on this call chat.
You mean on the Zoom one?
It's on the Telegram now. So for those guys that don't have are not on the Telegram, I'll just send a link right now. It is t.me/blue sky. t.me/blue sky. That's the Telegram ID.
t.me/blue
sky. But you can check your chat now. It's there, right? So you can then join. So when you join, you see the file on the Telegram group.
Open the file.
Okay, so do you still want me to share it somewhere else, or is that enough?
Oh, you can still share it somewhere else, maybe on WhatsApp.
Okay.
WhatsApp?
On WhatsApp.
WhatsApp to who?
It has to be on the Telegram. That's all. So
I can't do WhatsApp.
Yeah, we don't have any WhatsApp for
There's
this.
no WhatsApp group for Blue Sky. I've sent it to, but in the meantime, just take it on your phone, please. That should work.
Okay.
Is that working for you guys?
Yes, we have it.
Yeah, it should. So that is called, there's Chomsky. Those are the two teams that I have. The other ones, I don't think I have access to post on there. Okay, so let's go. So if you have that, so now we have the project name as Blue Sky Project. So you have yours as Blue Sky Limited, which is good. Now, the goal of this project really, as any project would have, is to build a model plastic airplane, not the one that will fly in the sky. So the plastic one. And so what we've decided is, as a team, on this call, we've decided we're going to have this many stories to build this airplane, and so that we know how many, as a matter of fact, that should be epics. Sorry, so I've changed my mind for those who have it somewhere else. So that will now be epics, not stories. So we're going to have this number of epics, and then we're going to have this number of stories, just so that we can build that item. So the first thing that we need to do really is we go into our Jira, and there are different ways by which you can create your epics. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to start with creating the epics, and then in each of the epics, we now link the stories. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or we can do it either way. We can do stories first and then link them to epics, whichever one. There's a way you can link, whichever one that you create first, you can link it, you can link them up. So this is my Kanban board. Then the first thing I need to do is create. So here, we can see create at the top. Can everybody see create?
Yeah.
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 Good. So you want to come here and make sure that your project is this. If you have more than one project, this is where you have to be very careful, or else your ticket is not going to appear in your project. It will go to somebody else's project. So make sure that you're going to use this project, Blue Sky Limited, and we want to create a story. Should we do a story,
please?
Huh?
Mine is showing story.
Don't worry, we're just taking this one after the other. But do you have Blue Sky Limited at the top?
No.
Show down.
Mr. Balaji.
Are you sure you are where we are?
Show it up.
Pardon?
Show down.
Are you where? Are you doing what we are doing?
Yes, please.
Okay, look at here. Do you, if you click on this drop down,
Yeah.
do you have other options?
I have just tax box and epic.
No, that's project. You are not looking. This is issue type that you are looking at. Is the one at the top.
Oh, I can scroll. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's fine. So this is the one that you want to go for. So we're just looking at this one that it says Blue Sky Citadel. And the reason why I'm saying this, and please listen to this, in a proper organization that has thousands of staff, they could have like 100 or 200 different projects. So you always have to make sure that the one you pick is the one for your team, or else you will create ticket in somebody else's Jira board. So that is why you have to make sure that you come here, to make sure that you pick your own project team, and we want to create them as stories. So you pick stories, story rather, and the summary. So the summary will just be what it says here, clean the parts. So for me, I'm just going to copy and paste, but you can type. So the summary is clean the parts. That's the first thing that we want to do. So put in your summary. Are we all done?
So we're not writing on the story.
Sorry?
We're not putting any information on the story.
We are just creating the story now. So we are just creating the story. We've not finished with it. Don't click create yet. Have you done the summary?
I'm on summary, so I just write. I was thinking issue type. Okay, issue type is story. Okay.
Please understand what issue type is. Issue type are these ones. So you are choosing what type of ticket that you want to create, that you want it a story, not a task, or not a bug, and not an epic at this time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because when you started, you said epic comes first. So that's what I was thinking.
That was why I asked. I said we could do either as the first one. We can start with epics or we can start with stories. And I said which one. And I think we went with story. Okay. But we will still be able to link it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so, and remember, there are two different things. So stories has these ones, and epics has got all of this. So clean the parts is not for epics. don't put this under Epic. So it's clean the parts that we're doing now, and that is it there, the summary. So how you make people understand what you're doing is, so this, now you have the description. We have no attachment at the moment. There's nothing that we are attaching to this story. So the description, you can give it any description to ensure the parts are cleaned out before build activities. So, and the reason for description, this is where, for example, if you have like a diagram to show on how you have to do it, you can stick it on here. You know, your description can have as many details as possible. I mean, as much details as possible. So it's not limited to a particular thing. Anything can be under your description. So if it was something like you're building a telephone, for example, so your mock-up and those what is it called now? Those images that you build, they will all show up here so that everybody can see what you're talking about. And the reporter is you. So you don't have any issues that you're linking that to. You don't have fixed versions for now. So are you going to assign it to? You assign it to yourself because you're the one that you're going to work on it. And you haven't got an epic for it yet. Remember, we've only just started this new project. So we haven't listed any epics at all. The one we had before was under a different project, but this one is spanking clean. No epics created yet. So have you all done that? So you've got the project, the issue type, the summary.
What's the status of this one?
What do you mean status?
So my one's got status. It's asking me to choose either in progress, done, or select for development.
And I don't know why you've got that.
I've
got that as well.
We backlog.
Underneath it says this is the
So have I. I've got the same thing.
Can you show your screen quickly? The first person that spoke, let me see where you are. Maybe you've gone up to a different page.
It's directly under story, issue type story, directly under there. Yeah.
So maybe if you click your learn more, maybe it would show you something.
I don't need the learn more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
because this is our first time of creating a
Yeah, but then mine didn't show all that. Mine
but
showed
has it got okay?
pages.
That's fine. Has it got the red asterisks? Is it a mandatory field?
No,
it's not a mandatory field.
Okay, that's fine. So let's ignore. Let's ignore. Let's move on, please. If it's not mandatory, that's fine. Because you don't need to include your status now. And what options have you got underneath? Under the status?
Showing backlog.
There's backlog, in progress, done.
Okay, so we don't need that because we've not started all of that. So just put in these field details. And once you're done, now you don't click create. Or as a matter of fact, do create. Let's do create. You will see the difference. Let's do create. Click that one. So you can see that that is already appearing in your backlog. So your backlog, or your Kanban board rather, no backlog. So we've not created a backlog. You remember how we created the backlog for the other one? We went to the project settings. We clicked on the backlog, you remember, and it changed to green, and then the backlog showed.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But because we've not done that for this board, remember we are starting again. So this is a clean one now that I want everybody to just, use to revise, use to understand what we did previously. So you've got the clean the part, so that is sitting down there, which is good. Now, we've got how many more to create?
8.
We've got 8 more to create. So there's a quicker way of doing that. So I'm going to just teach you that now. So make sure the project is still the same.
Sorry, I've just created, but it's not showing. Is it maybe sitting below.
Below where? Hold on, did you do create?
Yes, I clicked on create.
And are you on Kanban board here?
Okay, I've seen it now. Yeah, I was on roadmap.
Okay, so let's make sure that we are all doing the same thing, please. So let's come back here to create. Can you see create? So that is where you create from, remember. So you come to this place. So the second one is assemble this, the cockpit. So I put that there. I don't want to write any description for this one. I just want to go straight down to assign to me. You know, I want that to be assigned to myself. You can set your level of priority. For example, if it's something that is really, really highest, you can say, yes, I need to make sure I focus on this. You know, it's really high. Leave the epic for now. So you can say I or whatever, you just play around, whatever it is that you choose is fine. It doesn't really matter. And instead of clicking create, just do this one, create another issue. Can you see that, everyone? Is everybody here?
Yeah.
So you click on this one. So what this one will do is you will not have to start from scratch again when you are creating the next one. So you create that one, create another issue, and then say create the same time. You click on that. The board will still be there. It's not gone anywhere, just that it has gone to save that one somewhere so that you don't have to come again, do create from the top, come here, and all of that. So it's giving you some of the standard thing already. It's copied it from the previous one. So you now go here, pick the third work item. So everybody just keep doing that, please, till you get to the last one. Let's hurry up. So you don't have to wait for me. And so you do that again. So that will make it really work faster for you. And painting, I do painting. I just do create. You see how quick that is. If you know what you're doing, it saves time. Use spray cans. I've got that. Paint the canopy. Got that. Those coats, the decals. I've got that. Code for flat surfaces. I've got that. And the last one, check the arrangement. So I've got that.
Is
now,
priority still highest? Priority, do you still keep it at highest?
I said you can choose whatever you want. It's not, it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure I choose my priority. Where do we choose that, please?
You don't, if you have not chosen it, that's fine. You can always choose it later. Just put in all the tasks for now, all the work items. So you should have something like this at the end of it.
We're done, please.
You're done?
No.
Okay, let me put this up just in case you need it for anyone.
Yes, please. That would be helpful.
Hello. How did you save to get onto the Kanban board?
How did I save?
Save. I mean, I've copied all of it from the spreadsheet, but where's the option to save it so it shows on the Kanban board?
Oh, please, let's take it one step after the other.
I guess I have.
We will come to that later.
No, but when is not like what you have right now.
So, Sister Funke, when because we've been creating it in series, because we on to create another issue. And when you get to the last one, when you create the last one, how do you now create
Transfer
it?
it onto the board.
So you just do cancel.
Okay,
you
just.
mean for that box to go away?
Thank you. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, just do cancel.
Okay. Thank you.
If you haven't got anything else that you wanted to do, just do cancel. And that should bring you here. Are we all on the same page now? Can you see same thing?
Should it be go back or discard issue? Sorry for my dumb
Just
question.
do discard. Just do discard.
Thank you.
Discard should do it.
Yeah, ready now.
The second option is you can untick create what does it say again? You know what, that's that little box where it says
create
another
other
issue.
issue.
You can just untick it and just click create and it gives you the board.
Yeah, for the last one.
After the last one, yeah, after the last one.
Yeah. Cool. Good. I've got teachers amongst you, which is good.
Excuse me. Please, yours is showing BL2 and E, the name of your this thing. But mine is just showing the BL2. My name is not showing. Do you understand what I'm saying, please?
You mean this one here?
Yes,
the green?
Yes.
And because you didn't say that you didn't assign it to yourself. So it's got no assignee. So nobody's going to work on that ticket, unfortunately.
How am I going to do
So
that?
I'll do send the name.
Just
So
click
if
on
you
the ticket and assign it to yourself.
click on the tickets.
Yeah.
And come here, assigning. And just put your name. You should say assign to me or something.
Click the ticket, the issue assigning out.
Now, see the ticket. Just click on the ticket. Double click on it. Double click, bang, bang. Just twice.
Okay.
It should bring you here.
You will see assign to me there. Just click on assign to me.
Okay.
So you don't need to put your name.
He already knows because you are the only person that is assigned to that project.
Okay.
When you have other team members, then you'll be giving you options.
Okay. Thank you.
That's okay. Did you get that? So when you have other team members on that board, that is when you have options of other names. So if you really want to practice this at home, you can go to the project settings and add the emails of the people in your family. You understand? So that when you're practicing, your board has that kind of feel, that is a normal one, that it has other people in the project, even though they are not working on that with you. You're just using it to practice. Or if you have other emails, for example, you can include all your other emails on there and give it a different name so that it's not reading the same name. For example, if I added more of my emails, I won't use Funke for all of them. I can use maybe BC, Shade, Janet, or whatever, so that, or the names of your children, so that when you're now setting or doing your sprint or putting in your stories, it shows different names and not just yourself. And that would help your chart when you look at it later. Okay, so is everybody's one looking like this?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so that's fine. So this is your board, and ideally, you shouldn't have all your tickets. Say, for example, you have 100 tickets. They shouldn't be showing on your board, and just like this. So they should be showing in the backlog. So that is why you need to now do your backlog. So if you go to project settings, no, sorry, where's your project settings? You remember how we did it the other time? Anybody still remembers?
Yes.
Where did we go to?
Issues.
Oh, come on, guys. You're so
Project
hot.
settings features.
And what do we do?
Yeah,
you click on them to highlight them.
Mark the backlog.
Okay, so that is not giving me, maybe because I've used more than, is it working for you guys?
No. It's not working here too.
Ah, okay. So I think, see, that's the restriction that you will have.
I think it's been ticked already. That's why it's not coming up. It's been ticked already.
Let's see. How come it's not showing there? Oh, hold on. Let's go to board settings. Yeah. So columns. Okay, so let me show you what I've done. So let me go back out to the Kanban board. This is the board now. We're back to board. So this is it. Can you see? So you are here. So come to these three dots. So this one is the project settings now, when you want to set the project. And because that guy was clever, I saw that it's been ticked before. So for the project, it's been ticked. But now for this board now, we need to now go to the board settings, not the project settings. So there are two different things. Your project settings is here when you set the pace for all of the projects. But for this particular board, this is where you do the settings for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Project settings, board settings. So board settings become here. So, and you can see it's saying that board getting full. With the Kanban backlog, you can plan your team's work in a dedicated space away from the board. So drag a status here to enable this to work. So you can see what they've given us here. They've got the backlog as something that should show on the main board, but we don't want it. So it's asking us now, drag something here so that that can now be reflecting in the backlog. And you can see it says backlog. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry?
Understand, please.
This page now.
Huh?
How did you get to this page?
Something is wrong.
I don't understand.
Sorry, what do you not understand?
The way you go, how you get to the backlog.
Okay, so from your Kanban board, can you see the Kanban board here, the one on the left?
Yes.
Click on it.
Okay.
And on the right hand here, you will see three dots on the right hand here. I am not there, but you should be able to see it.
Back to board.
Okay, this is the Kanban board. Can you see these three dots here?
At the right hand side.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does it have? Board settings. And what's the difference between board settings and project settings? I said it not long ago. There's board settings here. There's project settings here. Anybody still remember the difference?
Yes.
Project settings for the entire project. Board setting is for the board we're working on.
And board setting is where you set
for the board you're currently working on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why, say for example, how many projects are in Blue Sky? So I know Chomsky and Code. If they both have their boards here, so the setting that you make for Code won't affect Chomsky. So because their board settings are different. But in the very, very background for all of them, you have already set the project setting to say, this is how we want, our statuses to look like. So nobody can do anything until the owner of the project as well, the administrator, the main administrator now goes to the project setting to say, okay, we want to have 20 columns or 5 columns here, this days, in test, and in dev, in review. So it's the person that has the admin rights that can do the project setting for everybody. But when it comes to the board, you can manipulate and reconfigure the way you want. So you come to the board settings. And so this is where we are. So we now move. So this is dragging and dropping. So you drag your backlog items into here.
My board setting is quite different though.
I think you need to click on columns.
Click on columns, please.
Yeah, go on columns.
Yes, column.
Mr. Bolaji.
Sorry, I'm also not seeing it. So when I click on my Kanban board, nothing is coming up.
Please go to columns here. See columns is highlighted.
I didn't talk. I won't understand it now.
Sorry, I know.
See columns here.
Anything.
I've clicked it.
Come back to what?
Okay, so on columns, you will see that, and that is what will take all of your items into your backlog. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so and general here, we just tell you everything general about your board.
Sorry,
Columns, we
Funke,
tell
I
you.
know I'm taking us back, but I don't have columns, so I'm not sure where to go to. I've clicked on Kanban board. There's my middle page is just blank. It's showing projects, blue sky.
No, please, can you go to the 3 dots on the right-hand side of your Kanban board? So did you see this place here? Here.
No, it's not showing me there. I just want to expand my screen to see if it will come up.
Please, let's do everything possible to make sure that we carry ourselves along. So these 3 dots, that's what you click on, and that should take you to your board settings. And then you should have all of this. Okay, are you there now?
No, please.
Huh?
So let's.
Are you there now?
No.
Can you share your screen quickly, please, in just 1 minute?
Okay, sorry. Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Can somebody tell her what to do from here?
Hello? So I'm
Click
just
on
thinking.
the Kanban board.
Yeah,
No.
Already clicked on it.
Then go to your right side and you see the 3 dots.
Expand your screen? Full screen, yeah, full screen.
Full screen, go on your right. There you see 3 dots there.
No,
There's
nothing is.
nothing
You know what
here.
you do? You refresh. I had the same issue. Refresh.
Okay.
Refresh. Yeah, refresh.
Okay.
Yes,
So
that's it.
yeah, thank you. Sorry for
Click on it.
Click on it.
Then I
And go
should
to
have
board setting. Then go to columns. You are there.
Then come down.
Praise the Lord.
She has not finished, though. That is not it, too.
Yeah, so what do I do?
So what does she do now?
Scroll down, scroll down.
Scroll down, go to the backlog, then
Move
drag
to the Kanban backlog.
Drag it to
Yeah,
where it
drag
is status square.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
I think I'm making all of us to review our learning now.
Of course, we are using
Okay,
it for
that's
training
fine.
now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Funke.
so we move on, please.
Take your screen away.
You don't want to see it anymore.
Good. Right, okay, so back to this one. So everybody is there. So now we go back to the board. So, so we were just looking at swim lanes. So wherever it is that is starting the board. So your swim lanes, please remember this one. This one just tells you how you want to see what is appearing on your main board. Do you want to see it by assignees, the number of people that are there? Or do you just want to see it as a list of stories? So your Kanban board, the view will change as you come here to change. Or do you want to just see the epics, for example? Or do you just want to see whatever? Maybe you have a query.
Excuse me, please, I'm trying to drag this to the drag the stuff here. Or it's not staying.
Sorry?
I'm trying to drag the backlog.
Drag it properly.
Stop laughing. Let him ask the question.
Can I not ask a question again?
Please, can you share your screen?
Thank you.
We have a lot of teachers here anyway. I've always known this. I had a meeting for 10 o'clock. I've already told them that there was, 9 to 10, that there was no way I would make that one.
Sorry,
that's fine.
My screen now, please.
Quiet.
No, we can't.
You can't.
Okay, now we can. So drag. Okay. No, that's not what you're meant to drag. So drag that square or that rectangle that has 9 issues. Yes. And the backlog will just disappear. Now go back to the board. Click on the Kanban board. Just click on the Kanban board. Or scroll up. Yeah, on your right-hand side, at the top, at the very top, it will say back to board. Yeah, you should be happy now. Yeah, so that's what you should have. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll take the screen from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so that is that one. So decide, whatever it is that you want it to look like, you can do that. So you can run quick filters here. We will have to do that another day. So you want to set your working days for your team. So if you work Mondays to Fridays, that's fine. This is where you set it. And if you want it to be Saturday, including those ones, you set it there.
Sorry, your screen is not showing.
I'm not sure you're sharing.
Your screen.
Dignity
Balaji, take your screen away.
Remove your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Look at them protesting.
What is
my God.
Okay, can you see mine now?
No.
Bolaji, they said we should take your screen. Just stop share.
Vamoose.
I'm trying to move.
You don't know where to move.
And look for the driver.
Can somebody tell him where to stop share?
You should just click stop sharing on the top.
It's the same screen now.
Go back to your Zoom. Go back to Zoom.
Go back to Zoom.
Turn off your laptop.
Stop share content.
No, click on your Zoom icon beneath the bar.
It's right there on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. That one. So click on that one. Click, yeah.
Yeah.
Double click, it will just come up.
My God.
Click now. Don't share again, no.
Please, can we be patient with him, please?
Maybe you should take control of his screen.
Maybe, please. I don't know.
Take control of his screen. It's just to double click that.
Can he just minimize that page?
Or he should just leave the meeting and join back, please.
Minimize, and you see your boss.
This ritual is serious. Serious ritual.
Click on it now.
Click on it now.
No,
take it easy now. Take it easy with him now.
So I can't. Can you extend your screen so that we can see your Zoom button and we can tell you where to go? Expand your screen.
This is this thing. Can you see?
I can't see you.
I'm requesting control.
I've already approved it, please.
Give the person control.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I think I did the right way.
I did it so that I can just log out now.
I think maybe you should click on your Microsoft Edge button. That way your Zoom will be.
No, the Zoom is there. That's the Zoom
there.
I think you should just leave the meeting and then rejoin.
I think you've done it for him, have you not?
Yeah, I think I did, but
yeah, that should be it.
You're still sharing the screen. After go to the screen.
Okay, can you see mine?
No, we are still seeing Dignity Ministry Radio Station.
After
yes,
the one at the top. That you are viewing Dignity. Whatever,
please
that
leave
green
the
color.
meeting and come back in. Leave the meeting and come back in.
Okay, thank you.
Click on the green color.
It's not going to.
I've started sharing, so I've stopped sharing now. I think someone else will see it. Yeah, I've stopped sharing. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've done
so
that already.
Let's go on.
Okay.
Thank you for that. So can we see this?
Will not drag us back.
Yes, please, Funke. go
Okay,
on.
so this is where you choose your days of the week that you work and all of that and any other thing. So please just have a play around with this. It's not difficult, I can assure you. Nothing here is difficult at all, as long as you practice and practice and practice. So, and you can practice with your everyday life to make it really easier for you. Is that okay? So now we haven't got anything here. So this is our Kanban board. So there's nothing that we've put in there. So we go to the backlog. So can you see the backlog here on the left-hand side? So click on your backlog. Do you have all of this?
Now Funke is on fast forward mode.
Yes.
No, go to your backlog. Your backlog is always on the left-hand side. Are you there?
Yes, we
on your
can see
backlog?
it. Yes, we
Yes,
are there.
ma'am.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
there.
So you can see all your 9 issues. You should have 9 issues. Are you?
Yep.
In the backlog.
Yes.
Now remember,
Afternoon.
it doesn't matter, just leave it. So you can delete one later. So you can come here. So you can right click on any one and you have the delete function if you have to delete it, if it's not something that you want. So it's easy to delete. So that is that one. Remember from the spreadsheet, you are meant to create an epic as well. They are meant to sit in epics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, you have to bear with me and we have to finish this off tonight. So we need to create epics quickly for each one. So now we have 9 issues. So we are planning to have how many epics? 1. So there are 3 epics, which is very quick. So you come here to create as well. Can you see create?
Mm-hmm.
So what do we go for here?
Epic.
Sorry, I didn't see the create.
Epic.
You should not create by now. How to create issue? Yeah, the one we use for story.
On the top tab.
The blue one. The
Okay,
blue
okay,
one.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so do epic, please. Because this one will give you a full view once we add the epics and you'll just be okay in the meantime. So epics, you choose epic. So the first epic there is foundation.
Foundation.
Yes. So you put in your foundation there. That's the epic name. And it's asking you also, there's another mandatory field that is summary. Use the same thing for it. So foundation is the epic name and summary is foundation as well, nothing else. So, and you assign to yourself so that, I think it was Bolagi that didn't see the blue stuff the other time. So assign to yourself from here so that it shows all the things that it has to show. So 3 things, epic, name, summary, foundation, and assign to yourself. So remember, create another issue. Yeah, so that will give you the template again. Then you do create.
Can I pause you there? Please, where did you get the epic from?
Sorry?
Where did you get the epic from?
Can somebody tell her where we got epic from?
The Excel.
The drop down button.
From issue type.
Okay.
So from the top, create. And
yeah, so this is very key. You have to know where you get all of these things from. So task, story, and bug and epic is from the issue type at the top.
Okay.
Funke, can we link in the user stories as well?
Oh, you're always one step ahead. Some people don't. So let's do it one by one now.
I put in summary?
By one now.
Please, let's do one by one, please.
Okay.
Let's do one by one.
Foundation.
So guys, what we've managed to do tonight, we've managed to create a Kanban board, number 1. We've managed to create stories on the back of that, number 2. Now we are creating epics. Is that okay?
Yeah,
so those are the 3 core things that we've done today, and even how to start a project on Jira. So you've got your number 2 epic, but because you are repeating the same template, so it's going to have the other name, so you just write over it. Because the second epic that you're doing is intermediate, not foundation. Yes. So remember to change it or write over that.
Yeah.
No. And remember to assign to yourself.
And the last one is check.
There's how many epic we do? No.
There are 3 epics: foundation, intermediate, and checks.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah, so now I create that one.
In the summary, what are we putting in the summary?
You repeat the same thing.
Okay.
You repeat the same thing. That's how you do your epic, except you want to elaborate more on the summary.
Sorry, Funke, my system went off, so I'm just coming in again. I think I missed the epic creation.
It's very simple. Just go to your issue type, pick your epic, copy and paste the epic. There are 3 epics: foundation, intermediate, and checks.
The issue type.
So what will be the summary, please?
Go to backlog.
The same thing inside the epic.
The summary, you just repeat the same thing. The same thing as the epic name would be your summary.
I'll win this for you, okay? Okay, this is the last one.
Is that okay?
And then you'll see how much I got.
Sorry, do we have to create all the 8 of them? Like, 3 foundation, I think about 4 or 5 intermediate. Or do we just do 3 foundation, intermediate, and the other one?
Yes.
3. I think it's 3.
You can't create an epic with the same name twice. Jira won't accept it.
Yes.
You have to put a number or maybe another character before or after it before it will accept it. You can't create 2 intermediate epics. It won't take it. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's that one. And you just assign to yourself and you create. And the last one is checks. Checks. And you assign to yourself, it's already done that for you. Untick this one, remember, and do create. So I have a total of 12 issues there, or issue types. So now, is everybody having the same thing as me?
No, not yet, Slow.
Okay, so
the epic is the foundation.
Doesn't matter that the colors are different.
That is how you know what issue type it is. You can't change the color.
Okay, you've not assigned your foundation to yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Foundation epic.
And okay, thanks. Okay, that was really a good spot. So we have that, and is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No, I'm not yet.
I'm
Okay, I'm trying to do it. So thank you.
You know where you said where you have like 3 foundations and 5 intermediate, you said Jira will not take it if it's more than 1. Hello?
Yeah.
So did you say we should put a number beside it?
No, just create 3 epics.
Oh, just create
intermediate and checks.
So just okay.
Yeah, please, can I just ask a question? So when I pick epic from the issues, I write a foundation on the epic name. Under the summary, do I need to write anything there?
It's asterisk, so it's a mandatory field. So you just repeat the same thing. You repeat the same epic name.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
How do you
So
get to this page, please?
this is your backlog. Just click on the backlog.
3 times.
Okay.
Do we
That's your
write it
backlog.
3 times? On the list, foundation is 3 columns.
That was the same question that just got
3.
asked. You do it once.
Okay, so the next one will be intermediate.
So now that we are here, the next thing that we need to do is to link our stories to the epics. You can see that here, foundation here is for these 2 epics. I mean, for these 2 stories, rather. These 2 stories are all under foundation. So
3 stories.
Sorry?
3 stories are under
stories.
foundation.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 stories under foundation and a few more under intermediate and just one for checks. So I think some of you already know how to link it. So you're linking your stories to your epics. So if I did this for this one, just right click on the clean the path, for example. So if you scroll down somewhere, it's going to ask you for the epic link.
Sorry.
Okay, honestly, I created like 5 foundation using the same name.
You can delete it, please. Just right click on it in the backlog view like this and just delete the extras.
Okay.
So when I come to the backlog view, okay, that's fine. Correct. Thank you.
Is everybody here on
Is
the same
it?
page?
I have a question. I have a question. Is it possible to, if I click on it, to go back to that page and edit? I just have a question.
I do not understand your question.
I want to edit one of what I created. Is it possible to edit?
Link issue.
You want to do what?
I want to edit.
Yes, you can. You can edit.
Okay, so I just go back to it, click on it, and then I can edit.
And change it to whatever you want to change it to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So I'm looking for where to add
Sorry,
the.
when you click on it, what's meant to come out? What's meant to appear when you click on the ones under foundation?
You click on it and you see. You try that. You should be able to see
I have
what you
clicked on it. I'm not. You said it to tell me to assign it to somewhere. It hasn't.
Okay.
Assign to yourself.
Okay, can you?
Sorry, I'm a bit lost as
Okay.
well.
Is it not
Funke,
that
will
link
it be-
issue? Okay, sorry.
Funke, I think if you click on link issue,
Exactly.
then you
That's
should
what
be
I
able
thought as
to
well.
then put your epic name
Then you can pick
and then
your
search
epic.
your
Yeah.
foundation and then it will
If you
link.
go to more fields on the right hand side, on that drop down, there's an arrow on the right, more fields.
No, that's not how it should be. I think the thing has moved. It used to be edit at the top.
No, if you click on the more field on the
Click on
right,
more field, it's
more
there.
field.
Epic link is on the right hand side. On the
Where
right.
is more? Where is the more?
Yeah,
Go that
more field,
field.
under automation, under automation.
Automation. There.
All right, okay.
More field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. You see? So good. And so what's that one for? They clean the part. Which one is it? Is the foundation. Clean the parts is the foundation.
Yeah.
So that will go for that one. Thank you. And when you refresh your page, it should tell you that it's got an epic. You see?
Sorry, I don't know how to link that. I'm just trying, but I can't see it on my side. On the right hand side, where to click the
so that's what they just said. Go to this more fields. Go to more fields.
Yeah.
And where is it now? Epic. So if you want to do story point, that's there.
More fields from backlog, right?
This one, more fields here.
Yeah, I think because you've already done it.
Oh, because I've already done epic for that one, so it's not showing. So
yeah, mine is not showing.
So come here, go to more fields here. It's telling you what fields that you could have. And epic link there.
I don't have epic link in mine one.
No, then you have not clicked it properly.
No,
so it should be like this. The arrow should be pointing up for more fields.
Yeah.
I'm not even seeing the option for more field, please.
It's there after below automation.
There. Mine's got story point, original estimates, time tracking, components, and
so meaning does it have this? Do you already have the foundation showing in it?
No.
So I don't. So just look at it again. So do you already have it linked to an epic?
Okay, link issue.
No.
Link issue.
Yeah, Funke is on game mode now. Fast forward.
No, I'm not. I think I'm quite slow.
Yeah, but then it's like, I know, but
because your system
people are
was
getting
off.
confused.
Your system was off, so you had to come back. That is the point. So it wasn't me. Your system was off.
No, mine wasn't off. I wasn't the one saying it. It's just that, I heard what people are saying,
Yeah, can you guys just refresh your system?
Yeah, just refresh the system.
And Jimmy, thank you.
I don't have no issue with mine.
Yeah, this is recorded. You can all go back to it. Say,
Yeah, so sorry, where can we watch it?
Now,
So
please.
can we
Let's just
pick
move
the
forward.
assemble the cockpit
Okay, please,
and
where
see
can we
how
watch
it's done
it
again?
again?
She said there's already been recorded.
Yeah, please, where can we watch it?
I don't know how.
Send the link now.
It's not for me really to tell. So it's the management that will do that.
No, I just want to know, because to be honest with you, I'm not following what you're doing. It's not because I don't want to learn it, because I have hiccups around here. I was unable to open the this thing that was sent, so I couldn't even. I was just watching you do it, so that I can go back to it and watch it and do it. So that's
So you can speak to the admin, so they will know what they are doing with that.
Yeah, you get the link from the YouTube anyway.
Thank you.
So you'll be sent to the Telegram group for so that you can actually send it. Ensure that you're on the Telegram group, or then you will get from there. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No.
Okay, so I just want us to finish. I just want us to finish linking the epics tonight, so that we know that we finished that one. And your exercise will not be to start your sprint, in the week. However, you want to move it into your board gradually, and you're learning to close them as well. So, is that okay with everybody? Are you able to do that on your own?
Can we link one? Can we link one more?
We link another one.
Just one.
And so that's what we are doing. Everybody's meant to be doing it as I'm doing mine. So this is assemble the wings, for example. So you come to more fields. So you click on more fields. It will give you the epic link here. And so you choose the foundation. You make sure you are choosing the right one for each one. So I go away from there. I do painting. And I think painting is intermediate. Yeah. So you do that. You come to more fields.
I have a question. Okay, so whatever we put in the summary, actually, while creating the epic doesn't really matter for the purpose of this demo, right?
Whatever you put in there really matters.
Oh, for the purpose of this demo.
So what we are doing actually matters even for the purpose of this demo?
No, calm down. What I'm saying is that because now you're
don't say calm down. Please, that is how I normally talk.
Let's start.
No, I have a question. Don't say
no, hold on.
Calm down.
You can't tell us to calm down. That has to be professional.
Please, you can't say calm down to me because I was explaiing that everything.
No, but I'm not raising my voice against you, and your voice.
I didn't raise my voice. That's how I've been talking. Sorry, if it sounded like that, that's how I've been talking. I talk fast. And I'm not raising my voice. I've been talking like that since.
I can't see it. Okay.
So everything.
Yeah. Sorry, I just tell everyone. So because I want, I think there's kind of, for me, if you can, unmute yourself, please. Yeah. Thank you.
So you can see that, what was I even saying before? So everything really matters because I've really arranged the whole project to make sense. So I didn't just put, jargons here and there that won't make sense at all. So I took my time to prepare this. Can everybody still hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes. So everything really matters. That's why I didn't use some market kind of, structure, go to the market, get on the bus, so I use something that is well structured so that you can have a feel of how it's done. And I'm taking it systematically.
For me, please, I'm stuck.
Sorry, my name is Funke.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm stuck. See, the
Sorry, who is this?
link, the Epic link is not displaying on my computer.
Oh, no, because as you're doing it, it won't show until you refresh.
Refresh. This is my second time of refreshing, please.
So I have to refresh. So mine is showing.
Maybe I should try it one more time.
Yeah, try again. So as long as you are doing it the right way, it should give you what you have imputed into it. So this is used as, have you got anybody here that they finished theirs?
Yeah. Yes.
Because I know some of you are faster than me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Right,
we
okay.
finished.
Okay, so because we've done that, what I just need us to do now is, where is mine now? I wish somebody can help me do it.
Can I just
Intermediate.
ask, sorry, please, sorry, Funke. When I click on link and go to the next one, it's not showing as yours is showing, like foundation, you see, it's still showing blank.
You refresh.
Okay, okay.
So mine is doing the same until I refresh. That's one thing about Jira. If anybody moves anything about why somebody's screen is opened, if you don't refresh it, you don't see it. Okay, so now we've done this one. So I'll pack this for me. I can always come back to it later. So now we have all of this done for ourselves. So that's your backlog now. Everything in the backlog is set. Ignore my own, so all my epics are not linked. So now you just want to start your, activities. You have now known what you need to do. You've broken down your work activity into these smaller ones. So you know how you move things to the top. How do we do that again?
Right click.
Or
drag it. Drag.
Drag
it. Yeah. So because our work is structured, so one part will have to complete before the other happens. So you can see now that it makes sense when you have epics attached to your work, especially if your work is going to be in a sequence, that if you don't finish your foundation, for example, there's no way you can go and rush into intermediates. There's no point. It can't even happen. But where your work is not in this orderly manner, so you can pick anything at any time that you know you have capacity for, or the things that the team can complete. So you can juggle your activities. You can take number 20, ticket number 20, for example, or ticket number 12 into the sprint, as well as ticket number 1 or ticket number 6, if it's not in an orderly manner. If you can do them, at any time. But because this one, we are building something. So if you don't do the foundation first, there's no way the intermediate can start. So that is why I'll just put in the foundation for now. So if you can do the same, and then you now go to your Kanban board. So it's going to give you this.
I'm sorry, but how did you get to intermediate, please?
I am not in intermediate, I'm still in foundation.
Okay, how did you were dragging those stories up?
Yes, that's all you do. You just drag them up.
Okay, there is no selected for development on my screen. That's mine. Sorry, I might be wrong. Oh, I'm sorry.
If you scroll up.
Wrong. Yes, I have. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So you will see something like this at the top. Just click it away. Your Kanban board simplified. So just click it away so that you have more space, you see. So that is gone. And this is what you have currently selected for development. The problem with this version that you have is because it's a free one, you will not be able to manipulate some of your statuses. So if you want to see, for example, to do here, you may not be able to change it or add another one because it's not a paid version. But you can play around with it. And I assure you, if you work on this again, just sit down and get a nice project in your head, just put it down in a nice way and bring it back onto this board. Create another board for yourself, whatever it is that you want to call it. Because it doesn't really matter if I take you on this every day. If you don't practice it yourself, it's just going to be a waste. And I wouldn't like it to be a waste. So you need to practice and make mistakes, even while you're still working with it at home, so that you don't go there and make a huge mistake that will cost your team a lot. And you'll be wondering, what knowledge of project management do you have before coming to join them? You don't want that. And I'm going to tell you here, I never really worked with Jira when I started. You know, it was just practice and practice and practice that actually made me confident on my role. I didn't get somebody to teach me. It was self-learned, you know, so I didn't know. And I know a lot of things that I do with it at work, you know, so it's a lot of practice that would help you, that will make you stay on top of your game anytime. So get yourself a nice project. If you're a woman, if you have things that you do for the house, you can call it household items or whatever, however you want to name it. You know, just make sure that you break it down into manageable pieces. Get your epic. Make sure you say that what's an epic. Get a nice title that will make sense. Then create your, just like I've done in the spreadsheets, you know, just create, you know, a nice name for it. Get, you know, a goal for it, you know, to achieve this, maybe to teach my child on a sporting activity, or you want to learn a new skill or whatever, you know, that's the goal. Then break it down into pieces. What do you need to do first? What should come first? Get it a nice epic. You know, just make sure you build something that would help you later on, because whatever it is that you're doing can actually help you in your interview later on. Have you actually created a Jira or whatever board from scratch before? Yes, you have. How did you do it? This is your story. Nobody did it for you. You'll be able to explain it without blinking. You know, so that is one thing that I would like you to just go and learn and practice as much as possible. If you're having any problem, you know, just shout it out in the main group there. I'm sure somebody will be able to tell you. And if you don't have any answer, please come to me. You know, let me know what your problem is. Send me a message on Telegram, and I'll try my best, you know, to reply when I can. So now that we've got this one, what I would like you to do is, today is Thursday. So, and you have said to this board that you don't work on Saturdays and Sundays. So anything you move about is not going to be counted. You know, it's not going to be recognized in your metrics, in your reports by Jira. If you move it on Saturday or Sunday, you are just wasting time. So don't bother going there. So tomorrow you can come back here. So this is now in development. You can say, oh, you see how I'm dragging it? Can you still see the board? Am I still sharing?
Yes. You are
Okay.
sharing, but I can't. My cannot display anything. It's just blank.
You have to move it, Mr. Bolaji. Move it from down.
There's
No, are you on? No. Hold on. Are you on
system.
Kanban? Are you on Kanban board?
Yes, please.
Can you refresh
on my
it?
listing. I'm just stuck. I can't do anything.
Okay, hold on. Then go back to your backlog. Have you moved anything up here? In your selected for development, have you dragged and dropped?
No.
That is it. So you won't see. So it's very simple. So you're just saying that because your board will show you the list of activities that you have planned to work on, not the things in your backlog. It doesn't show backlog. You know, we have created backlog separately now. We've told our board we want to separate our backlog from that Kanban board view. We did it together.
Okay, should I just drag 2 up?
No, you drag all the foundation. How many tickets are in foundation? Okay, there are 4 of them.
3. Oh, it's 3.
No, 3. Okay, there are 3. Yeah.
Foundation.
All the ones with foundation. Just drag them for selected for development.
I need to do.
So drag and drop like this. You drag and you drop. You drag and you drop. That's what you do. Or if it's not working, right click on it. Right click on it like this.
Foundation I check, because I only take one foundation from there because.
Okay, so just right click on the one that is foundation.
I've dragged it there. I've dragged it too. Foundation and checks.
No, we don't do checks. Checks is the last one.
Okay.
Check is the last one that you are going to work on. You know, I've said it that this
intermediate, because you asked me to delete it because it's 3 foundation. I picked 2 and you asked me to delete 1. So I've clicked the foundation, intermediate and checks.
Okay, so just put the 2 foundation first. The 2 foundation that you have.
No, I have 1 foundation. Intermediate.
He hasn't linked his task to the Epic.
Okay, he hasn't. Okay, can you see this ticket that has assembled the cockpit? Do you have that?
Yes, please.
Okay, move it up, please.
Assemble the wings and tails.
Yes, and assemble the wings and tail.
Yeah.
Pull that up as well.
Okay.
So that should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so what you then need to go and do later is what we were doing. You know how we were linking them to epics?
We
double clicked. You double click on the story and you come here, more fields.
More fields, yeah.
Let me use this one. And you see more fields there. Can you see?
Yes, I've clicked it.
Yes, and you see epic link underneath.
Okay, I've seen it. I've clicked it.
And you choose foundation. This thing is similar to the one that you use currently, but just that the structure is different. So have you chosen foundation for that?
I click more field. Then I go to
I've done something wrong myself. While I was trying to. Okay, so now, so are you able to do that now? Have you done it?
Yeah, I've done it, but the epic have disappeared.
Refresh your page.
Oh my God.
Okay, you may not see it until you refresh it.
Hey God.
I don't know why people are laughing. Is it funny?
Please, can we stop laughing?
Made me laugh. Please, let it appear.
Can we stop laughing, please? We need Brother Bolaji to do what he has to do quickly.
Why are you guys laughing now?
Good.
Share your screen.
So, okay, now that you've made that mistake, how would you rectify it? Is this something you can edit?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You mean for me?
Yes.
Yeah, you just go back there and choose that. I will just, which one is it for quote the flat surface? That's intermediate, is it?
Intermediate, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you can edit anything. You can edit anything. As long as you have the admin. For this one, it's just stories. Anybody can do stories. Yes, are you there?
Sure.
Bolaji, are you there?
Yeah, but the epic link is not displaying, please. Okay, I've seen
it. Please, can we just move on? Because of time, we can always watch the video after.
We've got work tomorrow, to be honest. We can't be here all night.
I am working tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't be all night because of one person.
If you're in a hurry, you can go to bed.
Please, that's okay, guys. Please, that's okay. So are you there now, Bolaji? Is that okay?
Please.
Okay, that's fine. So let's move on. So for the sake of Bolaji tonight, let's just do it. We've been doing it for others, so maybe that should be the last. Nothing is complicated. So we go to the Kanban board.
Yes, please. That's nice. Thank you.
So we go to the Kanban board. So let's just move it nice and easy. Because at the end of the day, what you want to do is see your reports here. Let me just go back to project. See here that says reports. Can you see below the Kanban board?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is where all your reports would show. Your burn down charts, your sprints, and all other stuff. So that is where, just like you have in your current what's it called?
Azure board.
Yes. So this one too has got it. So, but you may just be limited in what you would have access to here. So cumulative flow diagram, control chart, the one that tells you about your lead time, your cycle time, how many times or how many hours or days it took from DOD to DOR. That will tell you. So you can, build your reports from here, your issue analysis. You can do different pie charts, reports. So if you move it nicely and nicely and nicely, it would give you that flow, that curve that you need to have. So now we've set that one. So back to the Kanban board. So I've moved mine tonight. So what I need you to do is you can come back here tomorrow, just move this one to done, so that how the zigzag thing is on the curve. You don't want it to just read somehow. You want it to have a nice flow, so that by Friday evening, you have moved everything to done, and you can then go to your report to see what it looks like. So I will send you an exercise that I need you to do. please make sure you complete this. Complete it and share your screen with one another in the group. If you are having any issues, you know, be your brother's keeper. So encourage one another to learn. So I would send you, we are meant to do Confluence. And let me show you something quickly. So that's about Jira for now. So Confluence is just a reporting tool. So from this dot here, you can have your Confluence. So that was why I was saying you didn't have to click it earlier before. So if you come here and you do, just right click on it so that you don't lose your page. So this is where you have all your documents. For example, in a team, all the files that everybody is working on the project, any diagram that the testers are using or the business analysts are building, you know, all your mockups, all your workflows, or anything that anybody is working on that we want to be able to access by everybody in the team. Everything is saved here in your Confluence. So your Confluence is where the team collaborates, where they share ideas, where they put all their documents, all their files, and even the names of the SMEs, you know, or the clients or the customers, you know, their details, how to contact them, who should go and contact them on behalf of the team, anything that you want to save down, you know, this is where it goes so that it doesn't go into individuals' files. And when the person is not in the office, you don't have access to it. So this is where you save it. And you can actually build this in your own way. You know, this is home. So you have your space, you create a space. So as you created the project, it will automatically come here and create a space for that project so that everything can be saved in the same name as you have on Jira. Can you see that? So they are linked. So if you click on this one now, Blue Sky, so it's telling you welcome. So you can put everybody's name here. So if you want to edit this, you know, you can come to this pencil to say, you know, this is everybody, or you want to do a team name, or, you know, the people working in the team, you know, so you can just come here and list their name. This person, number one, you know, this person, you just list them, their contact details or their photos, like I would normally do in my teams. So I put everybody names here, their phone numbers, their LinkedIn profile, because we like checking our LinkedIns, you know, their phone number, just in case they are not available. And we put birthdays as well. So you can put it, you can design it the way you want. You can even do it for yourself as a practice. You can put the details of your family member or even yourself, you know, just to describe your project. Anything you do is not going to be a waste. I can assure you that. And then you, if you do, this is where you publish. Publish actually means you are saving. If you don't save, you lose it. So you just come here and do publish, and then it saves that. You see, the team names or whatever that I left at the top is still there. You know, so, and if you want to copy and paste or delete, this is where you come, the three dots, you know, they are so useful. You come here, you look at all the stuff. If you want to move it to another team, say, for example, they've moved this Blue Sky project to another team, you can move from here, or you want to delete it. So there are lots of things that you use this for, but we can always take this at another time. So I think I'll leave that with the admin, just so that I know what your comments are. If you need a second session, you know, so that I know.
Funke, I want to add to that. Can I add to what you just said? Just this page is just like your wiki in Azure DevOps.
Yeah.
So you do all what you have in your wiki, you can do that here.
Yeah.
Funke, did you say on Jira we should move the backlog items into in progress, all of them, all of the foundation ones?
So you do that not all in one go. So you can move some tonight and the other ones tomorrow, so that you can then close this off and then go to the backlog and pull up all the intermediate ones.
Okay.
But make sure you're not meant to work at the weekends. You remember, anybody? You remember that? Because you have said you don't work Saturdays and Sundays.
Sorry, please. My
Sorry.
own is in progress first, then selected development second, and done third.
Okay, so let's rearrange it. So this is where you come. So you remember your boss settings?
Okay.
So you can move things around. So you're selected. Okay, and in progress is the second one. Okay, so why is mine? Okay. Okay, yeah, so yes, in progress.
The first one.
Yeah, so yeah, because that is how, because of the version that you're using, you didn't pay for it.
Oh, okay.
That's the best that you can have. Yeah. You can add column. Let's see. if you want to, just as a practice, that maybe you need your PO to review it, but what category would that be? That will still be in progress, meaning that it's not done. So let's see. Yeah, so you can say, okay, you want to add an extra layer to it. Did you see that? And this do happen a lot at work. So you can add, for example, in test, in development, if you want it that way, instead of in review.
Okay.
So let's go back to the board.
So, like in BA done and all of that if we want
If you want to. If this would allow you, I don't know how many columns it can give you free access to do, but just practice and practice with it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I was gonna ask, we QAs, we write a lot of test cases. How do we write test cases on Jira, please?
So you see the bug, issue type.
Yeah.
Did you notice that there was a bug issue type?
Yes.
Yeah, that is where you write your test cases. So if you come to create, for example, instead of an epic, you do your bug. Can you see? So your test cases, remember, this is not a paid version, so you're limited in what you can have access to. So this is where you now put all your description. And in your Confluence page, that's where you create a space for the testers and they put in all of their details, more details that they can have on Jira. Because once you close a sprint, you know, it saves it somewhere that you don't have access to. You don't tend to see it again. But when you have it detailed in on your Confluence, you can have access to it.
Can we execute our manual tests on Jira?
On Jira, you can, but I don't think you'll be able to do that here because it was asking that you pay for something when you want to do that.
Yeah, so
on this test version, you can't. But on Jira, you can do it because Jira has that functionality to do that.
Yeah, you need
normally
you need a plugin for Sapphire to be able to do that. So, and I think Jira owns Sapphire right now as well. So of course you need a license for you to be able to do that. So yeah, everything.
So my organization does not use any plugin, so they can write test cases because it has the opportunity to do that, and it will tell you if it's in progress or how many has passed. How many has passed and how many has to be rechecked or something. So it will tell you all of those details. So we are not using any plugin. So we don't normally use plugins. We just use all of what Jira can offer.
You can also use the dashboard to check how many of the texts have passed and which one have not passed. So when you get to the dashboard, you can create, there's a lot of a kind of symbols that is there to give you information on what have passed and what did not pass.
Yeah, so if you know how to build a very good filter, you can do that so that you can see everything in one go as they're passing, and as issues are happening, it will show you all the different colors. So that's fine. Thank you so much, Tina, for that. But in the meantime, let's just retain just this much that we've learned tonight. So please go back, make sure you finish off this by tomorrow, the foundation, all of your foundation stuff, move them to done, but gradually, and then come back to the backlog and move in the intermediate for the next week, and also the checks as well. So I think it's just one for checks that we have. So move everything up there and move them gradually. And I want to see your charts, whatever charts that you can have access to on this version, just try to read through the charts and see what it's saying. So that would actually make sense.
All right, mate.
Okay.
Funke, sorry. I've tried to move mine to the Kanban board, but when I go to backlog is not showing on the foundation. I actually moved one to done, but even though I move it from the backlog to the Kanban, it's not updating.
Refresh it then.
I've actually done it twice, sorry.
So I don't know. So from the backlog, you moved it to where?
up
to the
there
top
to
here.
yes, to the development section, and then go back to backlog so that I can move it. Yeah, but it's not showing on it.
Once you've moved it from here to here, it won't show in the backlog anymore.
No, I mean on the top, the selected for development is not showing there. When I go to
so come to the Kanban board.
Yes, when I go to Kanban board.
So I don't know what has happened there. Does anybody know? So do you want to show? Anyway, let me just round up quickly so I can look at yours later while others are leaving. So guys, is there any other question at all on this? So did you get my assignment?
Sorry.
You move this gradually for this week. All the foundation tickets, move them gradually to done.
Yeah.
And for next week, Monday, you come back to be checking it anyway, just be going over what you've learned tonight. Come back to the backlog and move in all the intermediate tickets and the checks from Monday. So Monday is your starting day, and move them straight to the selected for development all in one go. And then during the week, keep moving them gradually, maybe 2 on Monday night and 2 on maybe Wednesday or 3, till the end of the week, so that it's gradual. You don't have to move everything all in one day because your curve will look somehow. And that would mean a lot to any stakeholder that is looking at it. It means that you were sleeping or not working, Monday to Friday. It was just on Friday because, you were getting checked that you now started moving all your tickets, so you just have to move it gradually till it goes all in done. Is that okay?
Yes. I think also you have another assignment for us on the spreadsheet.
Hello, sorry.
I'm not sure if I have another assignment for you on the spreadsheet. Was that what I said?
I thought I saw something.
No, I said you guys should create another board for yourself, create something similar to this, something well organized. Look at what thing that in the house that or in your life that you can pull down as a project and assign epics to them, and share and put your stories as well. Maybe a house chore or something, or something that you're studying for. What are your plans? Just put down your plans on paper, how you plan to achieve that.
She's graced.
Is that okay?
It's similar to she's very similar to me. Yeah.
Yes. Is that person talking to me? No. Okay. So any other question for tonight? I will take one more.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? This is JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in addition to that exercise, actually, so those guys in the internship, you got opportunity to use Jira within your team, right? So for this week, play with that. So as you play along and also doing this exercise, so one thing that I do ask you to do is to start creating, for the Scrum Masters in the team, to start creating your board for your team. So because in the sprint 6, we are going to use Jira actually. So create your board for your team, and also I will ask the Scrum Masters also to add all the artifacts that you have on Wiki, Azure Wiki, and you add it to the Confluence page that's you've created for your team. So if you could do that, that's good. So, and also the BAs as well can also create one. And yeah, the BAs also should create one. So what's going to happen? I will ask the admin to give you a URL to use so that everyone will use the same URL, but you have to create your board into that particular URL. It's going to be a vanilla URL. Then from there, also, you also need to invite your team as well. Yeah, you need to onboard them into the board and everything. So yeah, but you have opportunity to go through this for the sprint 6 that we're going to be doing actually. Yeah. So any question on that one?
Deji, this Jira thing runs out in 14 days. The free one runs out in 14 days.
Yes, you're going to have 14 days to, yeah, it's going to be one sprint, isn't it?
All right, then just start to let you know.
No, you mean this free version that you are on runs out in 14 days?
Yes.
So the
No,
cloud
it doesn't.
is free. The cloud is free.
Okay.
No, it's forever.
It's forever, yeah.
It doesn't run out in the one that this 14 days trial is when you don't have the paid one.
Right.
That will give you more functionalities. Yeah.
Okay.
With the testing stuff as well. So that one is 14 days. But this particular one would I've got a lot of them for I don't know for how long now.
Yeah, very, very.
All right. Okay, cool.
Funke, can you quickly show them how to create a subtask just for the BAs in case if they are creating more of their epic and their stories, and if they want to break it down more further so that they'll know how to use the subtask.
Okay. So where do we go to? So you can open any of the ticket, for example, this one here. So can we all see that? You know, because we say subtask is the smallest one, so it should be in more. Let me see if more feels good habits.
Funkes at the top left between attach and link issue. So
at the
left,
top left.
Assemble.
Oh, create subtask. Yeah, that's
That's
just
it.
right. Yeah, well done. So create subtask. So you just come here and you just put, which one is it that we got? Assemble the cockpit. So you can say prepare, or for this one again, understand requirements. So that's the BA function. You don't have to put BA. So if you have the BAs on your Jira board, for example, which you should, and you create this one, and you can come back here to now assign it to whoever it is. Can you see? So you can still assign it so that when you open up your board, the main task will sit somewhere and the subtask will sit in somebody else's name. And the ticket itself, the main ticket would not close until all the subtasks are all closed. So the subtasks are still in open stage, in review, or in test, or in development, and the main task has moved to done. If you close it, if you want to close your sprint, it's not going to close up until all the sub are all finished. Thank you for that, Tina.
Hello, Funke, please,
Hi,
I have a
Deji,
question.
I've got a question for Deji, please.
Can I ask? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Deji, you did mention that the Scrum Master. So if we're creating a board for our team, does each Scrum Master have to create a board, or is just one for the whole team?
It's gonna be one for the whole team. So you have opportunity to practice this on your own. That's the exercise they've given to you. So you do that on your own for everything. But now, as a Scrum Master, you create one for the team. And so that is what the team is going to use anyway. So what we're going to, the admin will create one for you, right? They will create a URL for you, and then you onboard your team, and then you create your own, your own board by yourself. And yeah.
Mr. Deji, please, would we be creating a Kanban board or a Scrum board?
So depending on what you've been taught, actually, yeah.
Okay.
You can do both, but it's very simple. You understand? So the basic idea is what you've learned tonight. So even if you create a Scrum board, it's just similar to this one. Just as you've created the ticket, that's what you're going to do. It's just that if you don't start a sprint, you can move your ticket there and we just automatically just name it as sprint 1 for you. And it will ask you to start your sprint and give it the sprint goal. And that's it. So on your own, you can work with it. It's very, very simple to do. So remember how to create it. Just go there, search for boards, and you go on board, create board, and you choose this one, Scrum board. Just still stick to that first thing there at the top. And that's it. Create it, give it a name, whatever it says. BLC, then just give it that one, and that's it. Create the board, it opens up, so that's it. So just the structure is different. I mean, the interface, but it's still the same thing. So BLC is what I've named it as. So you can see the list of your boards here now. When you click on this, you will see all the boards that you have. So they've not gone anywhere. Where's the other one? Where's my blue sky? That's my Blue Sky Limited. Okay. So that's the Blue Sky one, and that's the one that I just created just now. So your backlog is nil, it's got nothing. So what you just see, active sprint, that's the difference. You haven't got any active sprint. The same way you create your ticket, they sit first in the backlog. So once you've created one, whatever it is. So let me just give it that one. You know, just create it and create a ticket on top of that. So that is what you just move. So just play around with it. It's no different from what we've done today. So everything sits there. So that's your backlog. There's just one issue here. You don't want, so what's that one? So you remember how we did it? So okay, so that one is there. So you back. So that's it. And what do? You can, it says create a sprint out there. So you create a sprint. That is when that place where you drag and drop, that's when it appears. So once you move this there, that's it. There's nothing in the backlog. You now have one ticket sitting in your sprint. Do you want to start the sprint? Yes. So it's asking for your sprint name. Automatically, it's named it as sprint 1. And the custom duration. So how many weeks do you want to run it for? 1 week or 2 weeks? If you choose that, then you give it the start date, you know, so that it will still amount to 2 weeks. And you already told him, told it that you're not working at the weekend. So you pick your dates, and I don't know what date I want to choose. Yeah, whatever. So sprint your goal, complete ticket. That's your goal. So that this thing is being recorded, so you can always go back to it. So it's the same knowledge. Starts. And it starts. It's brought us back to the main, you know, that one is Kanban board. This one is now active sprint. So you're not begin to move your tickets, you're done. You know, and you remember, if you want to break it down into smaller ones, you get your subtasks, you assign it, and all of that. So everybody's responsible for their ticket. And here you have to remember, you can do your estimation, you know. So we didn't come to that, but it's all in that more whatever. If you go there, you will see other stuff that you can do. You assign numbers, you estimate it in that one. If you're using Fibonacci, that's good, whatever it is, so that the point will now show here. You know, so that's all that you just need to remember to do. So just explore it. There are lots of things that you can learn from it. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you very much for that, Funke. Funke, I have a question, please. On the Kanban board, can we drag the stories into the epics, or do we have to open the story to link?
Sorry, you are too low. You are too low. I can hardly hear you.
Okay, sorry. I said, can you hear me clearly now? Okay, can we drag the stories into the epics, or do we have to? That's on the Kanban board. Or
you can try it. I think you should be able to.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, it's worth trying, really. You should be able to. If anything comes to mind, because it's your own board, so it doesn't matter what is broken or what is damaged. If it doesn't work, you do it another way.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that is that.
Final question, Funke, please.
Sorry, please.
It's 11 o'clock now, so that should be final question. It's 11 o'clock. Yeah.
When we know what board to use best between Scrum and Kanban, like, do you just pick any, or is there a particular project that will call for a Scrum board or a Kanban board?
So it all depends, really. It all depends on your team. So if you're having a team that all they're doing is just pure analysis, they are not building, they are not developing anything, they are not testing any ticket. For example, they have said, how much does it cost to build something? Not that we want to build. Somebody had just said, how much does it cost to build a primary school, for example? They are not building. No. So that is pure analysis. Somebody's going to go out to ask questions about somebody from something, and you just list all of those items to say, oh, Ayoyemi will go and ask this person, Andy will go to that council to go and find more information and get more information. Adenike will go there. They are not building, so there's nothing they are sprinting about. Do you understand? So that's pure analysis. That's just them doing research. But when they now start to build the primary school, that's when you now begin to use your sprint, because then some things will be tested as they're building, you know, and then there will be releases as well. They first want to do A, like we did in that plain case. You want to do your foundation before you now do your intermediate. You know how they build. They build in stages when it comes to a building. So you don't build just anyhow. So that's when you just want to monitor all of these things and do sprints. Because if you have told them that, you know, you want to do the foundation in 2 weeks, you have to make sure that your team can deliver. So you can use sprint to actually manage that process. Isn't it? Than using a Kanban.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that would determine what? That would determine that. Okay. So Godwin, is your hand just up now or from before?
Yeah, you said I should wait to speak.
Oh, you will wait, don't worry. Let's just round up and everybody will go.
Please, just a quick one from me. Will we be having another session for the Confluence?
I'm not sure, because that conference is quite straightforward. I can send you a link on YouTube that you can watch for that one. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send you a Confluence. Sorry, even if you Google, sorry, if you go to Atlassian
YouTube
online on YouTube, Atlassian, they themselves, they have a lot of videos on all of these things that would explain detail by detail what you want, how you size stories, how you move stories, create a Kanban board, do a Scrum board, and all of that. So there's so much to learn there.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please, I will need to share my screen.
One minute before you go. So I have sent Funke's LinkedIn, so you can check her up on that also. And if you love what she has done, please do put a recommendation for us. So I think she's going to do a lot here. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. So those two guys, thank you, everybody. It was good having you tonight.
And she also follow us back on LinkedIn.
And I hope, yes, if you tell me that's you, because I just don't want to follow anybody I don't know, because I don't know all of you. So if you tell me it's you from here, then that's fine.
Yeah, I've already sent something for you, following you,
And so you know when you're connecting, it tells you to send a note. So if you say
yeah.
from Blue Sky, that will make more sense.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And what was I going to say? Yeah, for those who just want a private one quickly, let's look at it. So Deji, please leave this session on, but you can stop the video.
Well, I have one question for Deji, please.
Should I share my screen?
Can I go first?
Can you hear
my
me?
hands have been
No,
up.
because MM is first and Bolaji second.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, mine is just a quick